Under the pressure, I lost my temper. I said something foolish. Did I go and ruin this? When it started to feel so real, could feel it running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving for the rest of my days. No, I don't want to be alone so late at night. So late at night. No, I don't wanna sleep 'cause then I'm dreaming and you're not real, not mine to keep. No, I don't wanna sleep and I'm losing time, losing my chance to make you mine. So late at night, go back to December, look back and remember. Those memories are better than gold. I let you down, I know. When it started to feel so real, could feel it running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving for the rest of my days. So late at night. No, I don't wanna sleep 'cause then I'm dreaming and you're not real, not mine to keep. No, I don't wanna sleep and I'm losing time, losing my chance to make you mine. So late at night. So late at night. It's so late at night.
Welcome everyone, good evening wherever you are, and welcome into National Class Invitational Semi-Final 2025. And I'm here, Holyday's gonna be your host and gonna be your caster for today. But because this is a such collaboration tournament, in here I'm not alone because we got a caster guest from Malaysia. Dango, please present yourself.
Hello, hello, hello. So thank you so much, Holyday, for the pretty enthusiastic introduction. So yeah, I'm Dango for Indonesian viewers. I do MSB in Malaysia, so I do know that you guys have Rift Legacy there and a lot of other tournaments. So heads up, guys, this is a tournament between community. Malaysian community versus Indonesian community. So these two communities has been trying to keep Warrior alive for quite a while, and looks like we're finally together as one now. We're trying. This is our first tournament together. So in hopes that there are more to come. So yeah, these two communities, the grassroots communities, even though Riot is still not watching us, we are hoping for someone to watch us and perhaps bringing back the Wire of Esports back to our region, back to the APAC region. So Holyday, what do we have today?
Yep. For today, we gonna having semi-final because in last week we got already two streams and we got four teams that's gonna be continue into playoff, which gonna we play it as best of three. So the operator, please take a look for the team in here that's participating in the tournament. And in Group A, we have Shurimeoww that's winning the of Group A from Malaysia. Meanwhile, for the second place from Group A, there is Ardent Esport from Indonesia in here. What about Group B in here, Dango?
Yep. So for Group B, we do have NCI qualifying as top 1 and Rizky and friends as top 2. So heads up, guys. So the number 1 spot, Shurimeoww from Group A, will be fighting Rizky and friends from number 2 from Group B. While the number 1 from Group B, NCI will be fighting the other one in the second one. So Aris Esport, Ardent Esport, I'm sorry. So yeah, this is our playoff brackets today. Remember, this is a best of 3. So we still have two regions here. Malaysian is still in the game. Indonesia is still in the game. I do hope that we get to see a Malaysian and Indonesia finals. So that's what I'm hoping for. But that means I have to sacrifice one of my Malaysia team. And if you are with me as well, Holyday, are you going to sacrifice one of your Indonesian team, or do you want the Indonesian final?
I'm hoping in here for Malaysian versus Indonesian at grand final because I want a hot game. I want a crazy play in final game rather than just being one-sided in here. We want to make the game in the finals going to be a lot of crazier in here, Dango.
Yep, true. And don't forget, we do have our sponsor. We do have to thank our sponsors because our sponsors, without them, this is not going to happen. Oh, before that, we're going to into the prize pool first. So this is a winner takes all. So 5 million juta rupiah. So Indonesian in Malaysian is around 1.3k prize award, and then we do have the MVP awards, which is 777 thousand rupiah. So the number is a bit weird, but it's not a lottery or something. You're not winning anything. It goes to the best player in the final. So we're heading to the sponsors here. So for Malaysia side, we do have TTK Tech, Game Juice, Instalog, Team Tap Pro, and also Lily Takes Photo. For Indonesian side, what do we have?
We got Darius Alpha and Lonan. Meanwhile for the media partner, there is Tenfold, WRLs, and Hasagi. And for all the viewer, wherever you are from Indonesia or from Malaysia in today, because this is a such special event, we got you a giveaway for the viewer. And for today, we're having one t-shirt to give away to our viewer.
Yep. So if you guys want to win this pretty t-shirt, only one, so no two winners, no you guys don't need to like make 3 or 4 fake accounts, no, because there's only one t-shirt to win. So if you guys want to know how do you guys need to win, do check our official Legacy ID Instagram, and the details are there on how to win this giveaway. So tomorrow we do have a giveaway as well, so one TWS is going to be given away to whoever is lucky. So this is not a small event, this is a huge event, something to be celebrated, because with two communities becoming one here, it's something that we really rarely see happen, but we are very happy that it's happening right now. So before we go into any of the games, I'm not sure if the games is ready or not, but what do we have here for our first game is Shurimeoww versus Who are we fighting again? Sorry, I got confused
Shurimeoww
here.
versus Rizky and friend in here.
Okay, Shurimeoww versus Rizky and friends. So Shurimeoww, I'm talking about Shurimeoww here. So Shurimeoww, they do have this. The way they play live yesterday, the last week, they did a swap lane in their live games where we don't usually see this happen. Their draft, their play style is a lot more like a Chinese Warif Super League gameplay. So that is how the side of Shurimeoww plays, and they do pick a lot of counter picks to fight against their opponents in the last week. So for the side of Rizky and friends, what do we have here, Holyday?
And for Rizky and friend in here, they are really good at zoning, controlling the pacing of the game, so they don't get snowball early. Even though they are losing in last week against Naa in the stream, but Rizky and friend could make the game longer for Naa. But because Naa play better, so they winning the first game. And in here, we seeing the first game where is Shurimeoww is taking the first pick, and the first band there are Brom and Amumu in here now.
Yep. So as we know, Braum and Amumu are both very, very broken champions right now, especially Amumu. If you guys have been playing rank nowadays, Amumu is like stupidly broken. Like there's nothing you can do. Get one item and this guy is just unstoppable. And then Sivir and Camille is going to be taken away as well for the side of Shurimeoww.
Yep. Because in last week we saw there is Sivir, a lot of game that using Sivir, and I think they didn't want to make a compromise for the enemy team, especially in here Shurimeoww, to let the Rizky and friend taking the Sivir and Mordekaiser such a pick as the first pick from Shurimeoww in here.
Yep, Mordekaiser is a pick here, which is a very, very, I would say, stable pick because Mordekaiser has always been healthy here. You know, if you get gang, you can ult one guy and it's going to be another 1v1 fight. So even picking Mordekaiser in early game shows that the side of Shurimeoww I believe, is just going to leave this Namia alone and then make plays because this Mordekaiser can just survive alone in lane with no problems at all.
Yep. And for the jungle in here, we see 5 from Rizky and friends. Such a jungle pick is quite usual because we know the 5 have cis and this is to locking enemy jungler and Orianna and Zeri as a second pick from each team. What do you think about Zeri in here, Dango?
Zeri in here, last week we do see Shurimeoww play Zeri as well, and it's very, very good. You know, a Silent Voice played Zeri quite perfectly, in fact. So the Zeri will always be okay if you're playing 5v5, but do not play Zeri in my rank because not a lot of people knows how to play this guy, you know. It's hopefully it shows that something they show us something that is very, very good. And just we forget to mention that this is a best of 3, guys. So this is a best of 3. So the next game, whoever loses the first game will get the second pick. Yeah. So we'll get the second pick. So if they are drafting, if they want to lose this game for some reason and get the first pick next match or something, so we don't know. So yeah, remember, whoever loses the first game gets to pick the side in the next game. And Aatrox is going to be picked here. So it's definitely going to be Aatrox versus Mordekaiser in the top lane here. And we're going into the phase number 2 of the banning phase. So Zeri Nautilus definitely going to the bot lane. Orianna definitely going to the mid lane, and I bet it might be 2 jungler ban here because the jungle for the side of Shurimeoww is very, very important.
Yep, because in here probably for Rizky and friend they got such niche pick. Actually they have J4 in the last week, so I think because in here Rizky and friend already taking 5, maybe probably for the Shurimeoww Raven, I don't know, 5. Yep, they don't really have any ban specific, but from here we see from the second phase there are Lee Sin and Bessa already got banned by RNF in here. Meanwhile for Shurimeoww already Saya and one more ban, especially I think they are gonna be banning for support in here.
It might be a support, and I'm not too sure what the side of Shurimeoww will want to take. Maybe a Lilia jungle here. I'm not confirmed what they're going to pick because the side of Rizky and friends has a lot of engage, has a lot of go-in potential, and the side of Shurimeoww will have to will have to dance around the gameplay battlefield to get away from this cease and desist, get away from that shockwave from Rihanna. The Aatrox is just going to go into your backline, so the side of Shurimeoww will have to find an answer with the jungle and the mid lane pick. And Blitzcrank is going to be picked by the side of Rizky and friends, and that is last week we saw Blitzcrank, and that Blitzcrank was super crazy. Those hooks are crazy, so hopefully this Blitzcrank hooks are going to be on point today.
Yep. I hope it's gonna be such great game. Meanwhile, in here, Shurimeow's gonna be thinking about their mid lane, and their Yasuo is gonna be appear again and follow up by Hekarim by alone in here. Meanwhile, for Rizky and friend, they are just thinking for one of their ADC in here. Corki, I think that's such good answer because Corki has a long of range, and for Corki, they didn't have to go really inside for the Corki because Corki can play as zoner in here.
Yep. Koki just needs to just throw away a lot of those missiles and everything, and the side of Shurimeoww will have a lot to answer here. But the side of Shurimeoww has a very tanky lineup, has very slippery Yasuo, a very slippery Zeri as well. So if the side of RNF doesn't manage to catch any of these targets from the side of Shurimeoww, it will be a huge issue. So from the side of Shurimeoww, all they need to do is just fight straightforward, maybe just wait for the Orianna shockwave to miss or something, and then just go back in, because this Yasuo, in a very long, prolonged fight, the side of Shurimeoww will have the upper advantage here. But if everything goes well, if one engages, finds them all, then the side of RNF will have definitely good outcome from the team fights.
Yep, because in here, Rizky and friends gonna be playing more of pick off playstyle rather than the Shurimeoww that's gonna be want to play as the team fight. So because they have Fire in there, they have Blitzcrank, and they have Aatrox that's quite strong for the 1v1. And I think, which one do you think is gonna be winning this first game, Dango?
So from the lineup itself, I believe that the side of Shurimeoww has a more forgiving lineup. If they miss something, they could just dance around the battlefield and then go back in. But from the side of Rizky and friends, they have, and like you said, a very skirmishes, a pick-off, a draft. So if they miss one thing, they have to wait for quite a long time, because without the cease and desist, without shockwave, it's going to be a huge issue for them to keep the fight going, and keeping the fight going is what the side of Shurimeoww would want to do. So for me, I would be going for Shurimeoww from the draft side. So Holyday, how about you?
Yeah, as you say, because RNF gonna be playing really slow in it pick off, and I think we go good for the Rift in here. Dango, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself, for the Shuriman gods has awakened. Will humanity stand and fight, or will the world be forsaken? Friendship be rekindled, together they fight, for the challenge ahead of them will require sacrifice. Shurimeoww versus Rizky and friends, game number 1, here we go.
Yep, in here we see something quite different from the draft pick in here, because in here we see the Orianna is going to the gold lane rather than the Andy, which using Corki in here.
Yep, it's quite weird. I would say Corki being in the mid lane and Orianna, it's flexing, you could flex that, but you don't usually see an Orianna Blitzcrank bot lane, because looks like the Shurimeoww's Yasuo is going to just go in and get some pokes. But this draft is a bit weird, because if Blitzcrank do land a hook, so what you're doing, Orianna's not going to burst you. Orianna needs items. So bot lane, I believe, by doing this swap, is going to deny a lot of stuff. But yeah, who knows? This might be something that they're doing before. So we'll see how it goes.
Yep, I think in here is they gonna be playing more safely for the Rizky and friend. They just gonna be playing farming in here and denying some minion from the Zeri to be last hit. So in the future they can be snowballing harder rather than Shurimeoww bot lane. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, in the top lane, now we see 1v1 between Aatrox and Mordekaiser, and there's not much any pressure from its off team in here, because they are quite strong fighter for Mordekaiser and Aatrox in here. And for both team, they're gonna be just playing safe and farm safely in here, I think.
Yep. both teams will need to farm, and I believe it's just going to rush the level 5 as soon as possible. And Vi is invading the jungle, trying to find something off guard. Mid lane is fighting here, could be a gank onto the mid lane with the Blitzcrank. Yeah, so it's going to use that wind wall just to negate some damage, but will this Blitzcrank hook hit? I believe that is just a Blitzcrank. Kirin salam, assalamualaikum Malaysia, assalamualaikum Indonesia from the mid lane.
Yep, because we see I think the Yasuo quite sure because the Blitzcrank already missing, but the Hecarim is going inside, and there's flash, but the first blood is taken by the Shurimeoww, and Sis and this is targeting the Yasuo in here, flash by Vi, and 1-for-1 for each team for the game 1.
Pretty unlucky there for the Yasuo because the Vi was standing there, just, hey, there's a Yasuo in front of me. So the season, this is just going to make sure that the Yasuo doesn't get away from that fight. But a pretty good first blood for the side of Shurimeoww, and that will be a very, very important goal for the Yasuo.
Yep, one such a handicap for the Corki. For the Yasuo in here, especially for the mid lane, and Blitzcrank is coming to the mid lane, trying to helping the Corki to farm safely. Meanwhile, the Nautilus and Jerry is preparing to gank the mid lane, and Orianna at bot lane, he just having fun with with his farm there.
Yep, and looks like another small fight here, but I don't think there's any kill potential here with no Vi being here. Hecarim is still trying to farm up with no ultimate. The game is still going to go quite relatively peaceful in this early moments because both teams would really prioritize farms, and Blitzcrank trying to get that hook landed is going to cleanse very beautifully, and yeah, nothing else because this bot lane doesn't have damage. Zeri still needs farm, so this is just going to be like hi bye bye kind of situation in bot lane. If the Corki was here, it would be a different situation, that's for sure. But the side of Rizky and friends doesn't want to take any risks, so we're just gonna scale up. That's what they're trying to do. Scale up. If you land a hook, it's lucky, but the kill potential is not there at this moment.
Yep, as the Dango said, bot lane in here, especially for the Orianna, doesn't have much damage, especially in this early game. So I think, yep, this gonna be really, really passive, which is they're gonna be taking objective, farming, taking objective, then farming. And in here, the Nautilus. And the top lane in here, the Atro is opening the flash, but still managed to give it away. And this is targeting the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser still using flash, going back in here, and Fallbreaker gonna taking the life of the Mordekaiser. And 3v1 in here for Vi, and Vi is taken away. Meanwhile, all the team of the Rizky and friend, nice hook from the Blitzcrank for taking one life in there. I think nope, still managed to give escaping from the Zeri from the skill tree, and they're gonna be looking for the Herald for the team of Shurimeoww, and one by one is opening their skill, trying to getting the Herald, and blue team's gonna be taking the first Herald, and the Zeri in here is gonna be taken down by Flash, by Blitzcrank, and we are going back from the Shurimeoww, and nice hook, but there's a last breath from the Yasuo, and taking away life from the Orianna. One by one of Rizky and friend is taken away, and there is quiet leading from the Shurimeoww.
The fight was all over the place. Blitzcrank hitting those hooks, hitting those crucial spots, with Zeri with no flash then, with no wall jump. There's not much that Zeri can do. A Silent Voice was just being so dangerous here, walking around that bushes, and getting hooked over there is so unlucky. And even though the side of Rizky and friends doesn't have the jungler, they do get kills back, and that's really important. Even though you lose the Rift Herald, the Rift Herald here is very crucial to get the first turret, but you don't want these trades, you don't want to give free kills for the side of Rizky and friends, because they scale very well right now. The side of Shurimeoww will want to find a target, but again, not much engaged. Both teams are playing very, very passively. They are only going to fight unless they need to, and Dragon is going to be secured by the side of Shurimeoww as well. Both double objectives in the early game secured by the Malaysian team.
Yep, this is a such scenario from the Shurimeoww they want to achieve, and now from the Yasuo is gonna be taking farm at the bottom lane, trying to pushing the lane and giving some pressure into Rizky and Friend. Meanwhile, 3-3-1, nice hook from the Nautilus, and this is targeting from the Zeri. Zeri is getting away now, and there is a shockwave from Oriana, but from the Rizky and Friend, they got no damage, but Zeri is taken down from the Aatrox, and now Aatrox gotta fight their way out because he is fighting from the Shurimeoww 4v1 but still managed from getting away.
Again, the prolonged fight. This is not what Rizky and friends want to do. You know, you get one, you get the silent voice, you get out. That's not what you want. You don't want to fight anymore. So you get the Zeri, you get out. Don't try to fight anymore. And it looks like the top lane is still going to have a few more skirmishes, a few more fights here. But I don't think there's any kill potential again here. Not much is going to happen. But again, those fights, Shurimeoww wants these prolonged fights. You know, we want the fight to go over and over because we have the capability to just keep on fighting. And it looks like top lane Aatrox is going to fight this Mordekaiser, but both with no ultimate, with no jungle pressure. So it's just going to be a tickle from the top lane because yeah, both of them are tanky boys, tanky boys.
Yeah, because both of them are tanky boy, but in here the problem is for the Aatrox, he have a more lifesteal rather than the Mordekaiser, so the Mordekaiser really gotta respect the Aatrox because of the lifesteal, and the Aatrox gonna be like for longer fight. But in here we see 4 of the Shurimeoww is seeing the Blitzcrank getting away, but now nice hook from the Blitzcrank and last breath taking away from the Blitzcrank, but there is flash still for saving the Blitzcrank. Now 3 people from the Rizky and Frame, but I say 4 in here. Then nice going in from the Zeri in here, and the Hekarim gotta fight, gotta looking for the another suspect, but now in here one of the Shurimeoww already taken down. Meanwhile, from the fire is already gotta taken down, and now what? I think is that from the damage per second or what from the Nautilus? I think.
Yeah, the side of Rizky and friends keep taking these prolonged fights. You get that hook, you get that Zeri, you run. You don't want to fight anymore because fighting anymore, this Yasuo, this Hecarim just is going to heal up themselves with no problem, with Wits End done, with Triforce done. Both of these are going to be very, very hard to kill. And just take one and then go. Just take one and go. This is what Rizky and friends are made to do. Your draft is for fight and go. And another Bruise fighting in the top lane. Why? I don't think this is going to pass top lane again, and this will be another boring ass fight in the top lane. Hey, it's gonna hit me. I'm gonna hit you. And can we zoom into no, I won't say zoom, but like only watch them when they are actually having kill potential, because hooks beautifully onto the Corki. He's gonna package out away Blitzcrank. Hooks is gonna land onto the Nautilus, but no kill potential. Again, these two teams has no kill potential at all, with only Zeri being the proper damage dealer here. Only Oriana and Corki needs the late game. Hooks are going to be landed, but no kills are going to be kills, and the game is still very, very closely right now. It's 20 seconds into the Mountain Drake.
Yep, one of the great Drake in here, Mountain Drake for both team. They gotta be tankier in here. So nice move, drive in from the Shurimeoww, from the Rizky and Frame, but here the Hecarim is not gonna getting away, but 2 of the Shurimeoww is diving to and getting one of the Oriana in here. And this is targeting of the Shurimeoww, but Yasuo is taken away by the 5. Zeri is following, got that in here, and 3 is already dead from the Shurimeoww, and I think Rizky and Friends is gonna be taking this Mountain Drake for free.
Rizky and friends will be very, very happy with that fight. That Blitzcrank hook is just on point. The Zeri, at this moment, might as well buy Edge of Night, because you can't dodge anything, you can't dodge the season. It says you can't dodge the Blitzcrank hooks, then you might as well just stay behind your Nautilus or Hecarim or something, because you dying here means a lot for the side of Rizky and friends, and they would love a lot of goal. Getting those goals are very, very crucial for the early games, because it's going to drag into the late game, and the side of Rizky and friends are, just going to be scaling very, very hard into the game.
Yep. And here we see on the meanwhile, there's gonna be up for the Baron for the first game in the first match between Shurimeoww and Rizky and Friends, and Zeri in here I think the Blitzcrank know where is Zeri, but not too sure to be exact where's the place. And the Nautilus gonna be meeting the Blitzcrank, just giving away, just letting away from the bus there. And I think there's not gonna be any fight in the short time in here. And oh
Oh my, and
no,
fight. And then
I
Zeri
think
is gonna
there's
be killed as well again. And oh, another hook from the Blitzcrank is gonna hit the Nautilus ultimate by that Hecarim. Is gonna fear the enemy team away. Corki has to flash away, but that stun is gonna take him down. Corki is just nowhere in this team fight. And this prolonged fight is what the side of Shurimeoww wants. And another kill, another stun. And that Blitzcrank is the only team left alive here. Orianna has to fight for scraps. Aatrox is here trying to get his team. Look up, okay. So now Aatrox is still trying to find the backline. He might get one. The hook from the Blitzcrank is always on point. And the Yasuo's running away. The Mordekaiser is still trying to get something, but there is nothing left to fight. And this would be a very, very pretty fight for the side of Rizky and friends, even though the side of Shurimeoww started the fight pretty beautifully. But you know, the Blitzcrank hook right now, it's unmissable. There's not much that you can do, and really, really beautiful combo by the Yasuo. But the fights, there's no last breath from the Yasuo, and that will be a free kills for the side of Rizky and friends.
Yep, such a good frame from the Shurimeoww, where is there is from the Ashen, especially in here using Yasuo. The last breath is targeting the right guy, so locking one guy for a moment. That's very, very crucial for their team fight, and that's why they're getting the game, they're getting the team fight there, and leaving the Rizky and friend into losing that team fight. But now from the Rizky and friend, I think they're gonna be just patrolling around the Baron, and nice going in from just hook. And I think there's not gonna be much skill in here, but more to all of them is gathering at the mid lane. Nice shockwave there from the Orianna targeting the Nautilus. Nautilus down, and this is targeting the Zeri in here. But now the fight is flipped over by the Rizky and friend. Rizky and friend is taking 4 of the Shurimeoww, and I think they're just gonna be taking the Baron for free in here.
It looks like Susu is trying to get the mid lane turret, but Susu, nothing for you. And that will be a free Baron, even though without the jungler, the side of Shurimeoww is all dead. So there's not much you can do, you know, And again, I recommend getting the Edge of Night for that Zeri, because at this moment, I think even something as, I don't know, anything can hit you right now, because you're not evading anything at all. So the Zeri needs to get everything back together, and getting hooks over and over again. You are the only damage dealer for the side of Shurimeoww, and being the first guy targeted, cease and desist and everything, Aatrox jumping onto you, get a Zhonya's, get something, and hook's gonna land again. This Blitzcrank is always on point, but there's not much traps to fight, because yeah, again, no damage dealer, hooks are going to be useless in these games.
Yep, there is no such a quite damage, especially to destroying the Nautilus with such a tanky HP and armor in it for the Rizky and friend. But we see there's gonna be Ocean Drake in 20 seconds, but there is much trying, the Rizky and friend trying to getting at least 1 kill, so they can taking the fight in the Ocean Drake with 5v4. So, and in here blue team got
Looks like
destroyed.
Nautilus is here trying to find something. Will ult the Blitzcrank for no reason, and that would be an ultimate wasted. The Corki was the target. The Blitzcrank was only that left there in the team fight, and Blitzcrank not the guy you want to aim. And Shurimeoww really needs to get that things back together, because you're ulting even the wrong guy here, and that will be, I believe, a no contest dragon for the side of Shurimeoww, and Rizky and friends will be happy for another dragon here. And yeah, keeps the pressure going, keeps the goal lead going. 5k goal lead. The side of Rizky and friends is going to be a very, very friendship here. Very, very happy guys.
Yep. And I think, yeah, as you said, from the V-board, there is gonna be should
Look at this,
taking
right?
defense. And now for Sis, and this is targeting I think Yasuo, they're target by fight there, but and Fi is gonna be taken down first in that fight, and all of Rizky's friend has got back, but the Mordekaiser is chasing everywhere, chasing the Orianna, and Orianna is getting hooked, man, taken down now. 2 of Rizky and friend already getting down, and I think this fight is gonna be taken by Shurimeoww. And they at least gonna be taking two turrets in the mid lane.
Again, both teams are doing mistakes over and over and over and over again. The side of Shurimeoww keeps getting hooked. The side of Rizky and friends keeps pushing for no reason. You don't want these fights. You don't want the prolonged fights. You never want these fights. So why are you doing this? You're already in the lead. Do not risk it. From the 5k goal lead, from 7k goal lead down to 2k goal lead, and Shurimeoww is going to take those scraps, and 43 seconds for the Elder Drake before it spawns. Both teams again, one side is going to find a pick-off, one side want the prolonged team fight. Which team will be victorious?
Yep, this is gonna be such important objective for both team, especially this is in the Elder Drake. There's gonna be a such huge handicap if one team gonna be taking the Elder. So Rizky and friends or Shurimeoww taking the Elder, I think that's gonna be the game ender for both team in 10 seconds for the Elder Drake in here. But meanwhile, on the other side, Baroness are already up, and for Rizky and friends gonna be backing up and taking the Baron in here and letting the Shurimeoww to taking the Elder in here.
Yep. So this will be a very standard trade. Both teams doesn't want to risk anything. One team with the Baron push, one team with the Soul of the Elder buff. And Mordekaiser looking to catch one guy off guard here, but I don't think there's anything you can do with the Baron power recall being available for the side of Team Rizky and friends. And what I would suggest for the side of Rizky and friends right now, use the Mordekaiser, just go in and out the Vi. The Vi has been an issue, and looks like Blitzcrank is going to be targeted here. Sterak's going to keep him alive for one more second. Flashes away with the Elder buff. Will it take fear? It's going to be used by that Hackerim, and one taken down. This will be a 4v5 fight if they keep this going, and that is a very, very beautiful engage. Unlucky for the side of Blitzcrank. If the Blitzcrank hook anyone there, the side of Shurimeoww might have a problem, but no hit landed, and yeah, easy kill.
Yep, such a bad engagement from Rizky and friend. Didn't know where is Shurimeoww is hanging on, and in here, 5 of people from the Shurimeoww is gonna be pushing Baron lane. Meanwhile, from the Rizky and friend trying to push from the gold lane in here, and and Oriana in here alone. I think he didn't know there is 5 of Shurimeoww ready for taking him at Baron lane.
Yep, and looks like the side of Shurimeoww doesn't want to trade anything here. They don't want to risk it. Oriana getting kills, Corki getting kills. They've given a lot already, so they're just going to be be a little bit more safer with Mordekaiser and just defending the turret. So yeah, again, both teams are playing very, very beautifully here. A lot of mistakes from both sides, and it could be because the other sides are very good as well. So again, this Aatrox and Mordekaiser bot lane will be a very, very crucial for the team fights. They usually won't find a fight that is without them, because the Aatrox can just jump onto the Zeri, can jump onto the Yasuo. The Mordekaiser can just take one guy away from that fight. And yeah, both teams again farming for their items up. Baron's gonna be up, Elder's gonna be gone, and yeah, again, something's gonna find here. Blitzcrank rushes in, trying to find the Zeri. Is gonna hook that Nautilus. Nautilus being stunned here on a very, very short cooldown. A short CC, and yeah, just gonna flash away, and not much is gonna happen again. Baron again is on the map within 45 seconds. And Hook's gonna land here onto the Hackrim's, not the target you need. Fear onto the backline. Oriana get the last breath into his face, and that will be a 1 kill. And Kaiser Yasuo is going to be targeted. Blitzcrank hook again on the spot, and the Corki is gonna get one down. The Yasuo is gonna be taken down as well. Another prolonged fight. This is a fight that Rizky and one Aatrox fighting the Kaiser in the fight. That's not the one you need. The Zeri is still alive, and that would be a very, very happy fight, a very, very good fight for the side of Shurimeoww, sacrificing one crucial carry for the Oriana.
Yep, the Shurimeoww is taking one of the ADC, I will say, or APC from the Rizky and friend, but they are losing their Yasuo, which is for the moment, because the Zeri is quietly hard to survive the fight, and I think the Yasuo is gonna be their main damage dealer in here, and that's gonna be such a problem. And 10 seconds in here for the third, I think, for Baroness in the first game between Rizky and friends and Shurimeoww. Which one is gonna be taking the Baroness? Both of them is trying to placing some ward, trying to set up for the Baron here because the Elder Drake is quite still having a lot of time. And I think Baron Nessa, this is gonna be a such great, I think quite big objective in here.
Oh,
And
Nautilus running in, trying to find a Blitzcrank, and Blitzcrank is just gonna run away. And Corki still has the package here. So again, both teams are still very passively playing here.
yep, both of them is trying to play safely in here. They are trying to getting into Baron Nessa safely, but meanwhile
Baron
on the
started.
other side, 20 seconds for the Elder Drake. And
Baron's
from
going
the
to be started
Shurimeoww,
by the side of Rizky and Franz engage here from the season. This is on the Vi. Is going to be taking down another target. Is in the mid lane. And Orianna Shockwave finds 3. The backline hook's not going to hit. The Fear is just going to jump onto the backline, and Orianna is going to be taken down as well. Corki's last man surviving. Is going to scraps away. Is going to recall her Aatrox, trying to find something, trying to deny one thing, and nothing is going to be away. Corki manages to recall. Zeri hitting as much as possible. The hook's going to land. This Aatrox scrapping away under his own turret. Corki is just to make sure that another kill is not going to be given for the side of Shurimeoww.
yep, they already losing 3 people from that fight, and now Shurimeoww having the Baron, and I think this is Rizky and Fran have to hope to getting at least this Elder, and I think the Shurimeoww is gonna be taking it not for free because the Aatrox is already coming into Elder Drake, and most of the Shurimeoww is gonna be respecting from the Aatrox because from Rizky and friends already up in here and getting together or gathering around the Elder Drake. And I think if Elder Drake is taken by Shurimeoww in here, this gonna be a such problem for the Rizky and
Engage
friends.
from the Nautilus here sees, and this is into beautiful shockwave onto 3. Is the dragon stolen? I believe it is very stolen, very much stolen from that fight. And a beautiful combo, and looks like the Aatrox is just gonna take this Nautilus down without any problem. And Hakurim and Zeri is just going to run away. This is a Baron traded for Elder Drake, and that is a very beautiful combo from the Orianna and that Vi to get 3 on the backline.
Yep, such a nice combo, but the problem here from the Shurimeoww, they are losing 3 people that having the buff from the Baron here, and 5 people of Risky Friends already getting in the mid lane here. 4 people, and nice shockwave targeting a Zeri, but there is a stasis saving from the Zeri, and that just kill just the target executing. And I think in here Risky and Friend is gonna taking the first game away from the Shurimeoww.
Game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Rizky and friends take the victory. Shurimeoww will have to find a way. That is a very crazy fight late game there. They do have the Baron buff. They just need to start. They just need to end the Elder Drake. But that one beautiful combo, that cease and desist into the shockwave, that was crazy. Just takes away the carries. The side of Shurimeoww wasn't expecting them to fight that early. And yeah, everything goes well for the side of Rizky and friends. They scale beautifully, they scale, they play how they want to play from the draft, and that is what they need to play. So from the draft, a late game draft for the side of Rizky and France, they managed to get that late game and a victory for the side of Rizky and France. And what can we say here, Holyday? What do you see?
I think that just one mistake from the Shurimeoww, from the positioning of the team, that make in the Elder Drake fight, that make the Rizky and Friend taking the first game away from the Shurimeoww, which they're already leading the game, they're already taking the game, they are taking the momentum, but RNF, they are find the momentum, they are find just a small chance to getting the game, and they did get it, and they are taking the first game from the Shurimeoww.
Yep, and the issue for the side of Shurimeoww also is that they don't have any way to, they don't have any way to poke the enemy or get anything, once they go in, it's just a go. There's no yellow light, there's no red light, there's no like retreat back and then go back in. It's just a go prolonged fight. But for the side of Rizky and friends, if you're going on to me, I'm just gonna burst you down, burst your carry down, and without your carries, you cannot jump onto me. So with the Zeri getting targeted over and over again by this Vi, by this Aatrox, by this Orianna, by everyone, Blitzcrank, even Blitzcrank, has been a very crucial pick here, this Blitzcrank. I believe if you're going to get hooked, might as well ban the Blitzcrank the next game. And a beauty for the side Rizky and friends, they played how they want to play, get those hooks off, It's actually very interesting, I don't think Malaysian teams actually play Blitzcrank, and interesting enough, Silver and also Blitzcrank is great, that keeps on spawning in Indonesian side. So the draft has been really, really diverse from these two regions, From these two regions, they do have a very weird draft, So I believe the Malaysian side is more of a tournament draft, but the Indonesian side, a draft, never seems to, always seems to surprise me with those Blitzcrank picks and Silver and everything else.
Yep, there are such a niche pick. I think that some just pick from Indonesian side. They are choosing to play their comfort champion rather than some tournament champion. As long they are playing their main champion or they are most comfortable champion, they gonna be showing their best performance in the tournament.
Yep. So that is our game number 1. So I believe we will head into break. So prepare yourself, guys. Will Shurimeoww take the victory on the second game, or will the Rizky and friends takes the shutdown and gets into the final? So we'll take a 5-minute break. I believe it's 5 minutes. I'm not too sure how many minutes. Yeah, you guys can watch the timer. Okay, you guys can watch the timer. So I just received messages from outer space and 8 minutes break. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.
You're under the pressure. I lost my temper. I said something foolish. Did I go and ruin this? When it started to feel so real, could feel it running, running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving, loving for the rest of my days. No, I don't want to be alone so late at night. So late at night. No, I don't wanna sleep 'cause then I'm dreaming, and you're not real, my mind to keep. No, I don't wanna sleep, then I'm losing time, losing my chance to make you mine. So late at night, go back to December, look back and remember. Those memories are better than gold. I let you down, I know. When it started to feel so real, could feel it running, running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, 'cause
Welcome back, everyone, to National Class Invitational Semi-Final 2025. Still with us, Holyday and Dango. That's gonna be the game 2 between Shurimeoww versus Rizky and friends. What do you think, Dango, that Rizky and friends could improve for the game 2 and for the Shurimeoww to be fixed at the game 2?
You know, the Shurimeoww side has always have this kind of draft where, we go all in, just go all in and then find the carries, kill everyone, and with their strategy keeps on getting countered, which the side of Rizky and friends picking a pick of team comms, and keeps on getting those hooks. It is not very helpful for the side of Shurimeoww, and a lot of mistakes from both teams, especially the side of Shurimeoww. The last Elder fight, they could just, start the Elder, finish the Elder, but they decided to recall for no reason. And it's actually I believe it's a 4v2 actually. Blitzcrank and Aatrox were still alive. You could just burst the dragon down and then you would have the Elder, but they decide to recall, a bit too scared. So it is what it is. Mistakes happen, and what's important is they take note of those mistakes and improve from this game. So maybe perhaps go for I would really, they did have a Lissandra just now. The Lissandra would be very very helpful as well. A better pick for the side of Shurimeoww, the Lissandra mid, and with the other drafts earlier. And for the side of Rizky and friends, just keep doing what they're doing. Except that if you're losing the fight, just run away, man. Do not try to find for scraps or anything. Your drafts are not made for prolonged fight. Your style: hook one, burst one, and then if you get another hook, kill the guy getting hooked, and then repeat over and over. You don't want a full-on team fight. So a lot of things can be changed. So yeah, this is a Rizky and friends and Shurimeoww. So yeah, I'm not sure if we're ready for game 2 yet. So Holyday, what do you see as well? Do you think any improvements can be made from the side of the losing side, Shurimeoww?
From the Shurimeoww, I think they have to ban or respect ban, especially for the Blitzcrank from the Rizky and friend. We see that how the Blitzcrank really taking the advantage to have long range to taking one champion, especially the most, I think, ADC or the mid that's gonna be such a problem for the Shurimeoww to having the team fight. And for the Rizky and friend, I think, as you say, they have to fix their problem, especially if they are losing the fight. They have to at least know where are their limits. So taking step by one and farming and getting fat in the mid game to a late game, that's gonna be helpful for the team fight and winning the game so they can advance into the grand final.
Yep. So before anything, thank you so much for all of our sponsors: Game Juice, Instalock, Team Tak Commander, Team Tak Pro, Lily Takes Photos, Darius Alvio, Lonine Warif, and we do have our media partners as well. So yeah, thank you so much. Without these media partners, without these sponsors, this tournament is not going to happen. This community tournament, Rift Legacy versus the MSB. So I'm talking about MSB. MSB is something that I've created for MYSG Brunei. So M is actually for Malaysia. S is
Okay.
actually for Singapore. B is
Mhm.
actually for Brunei. So it's a three combination in server because we do have a very small region pool player, so we have to combine it to make it larger. Compared to, I believe Indonesia has 33 million players. Penduduk, what do you call
Yep.
penduduk? Citizens, yeah. So
Citizens. Yeah.
that's a lot, man. That's a lot, and I believe is definitely going to be way harder than ours. Our players are limited, yours are full of challenges and everywhere. And yeah, again, giveaways as well, guys. Today we have a t-shirt, yeah, so do check our official legacy ID to check on how to win, and we do have one TWS to win tomorrow as well. So Holiday, are you entering the giveaway as well? Who knows?
May
You
I?
want that?
May I
Can
ask
can
the
we? Can we?
official? Because I want that the TWS is helping me for when I'm doing gym or when I'm going out. It's helping me to listen some music or play game even. And for the people, for other people in viewers which don't know about the prize pool in here, we have the prize pool of 5 million, which is all the winner is taking all the prize pool 5 million. And for the MVP of the tournament in here, they have 777 100 rupiah, and we are going for the game second between RNF versus Shurimeoww in here, which Rizky and friend is taking the first game in here, the first
Yep.
pick in here.
Risky and fans taking the first pick, and that Vi is going to be taken away. Respect ban. Like Susu played that Vi like a very very good enforcer. Do we need more enforcers at the hex gate? Do we need everyone at the hex gate? So looks like the side of Shurimeoww thinks we don't need more enforcers. Gate, so Olaf is going to get banned here as well. So both junglers and another respect ban. The Blitzcrank is a no more. Perhaps we're going to see another hooker, perhaps a Pike, perhaps a who knows, a Thresh here. So we're interested to see what this. I don't know how do you say this Chinese name in the bot lane. How
I
do
don't know.
he play here?
Yep. And I think probably for the Risky and Friend, they have chance in here. They are first pick in here. I think they can secure their Nautilus from the Shurimeoww in here. So because Shurimeoww is using Nautilus a lot, and I think denying pick in here for the Risky and Friend to taking the but no, in here Camel is gonna be picked first from the Risky and Friend. I think yesterday Risky and Friend is taking Camel. I think nope. I don't know. Maybe probably is played, but in non-stream game.
Yep. And it could be a Camille Galio here. Galio was also very, very crucial in this meta. It's like the meta right now is full AP Galio. You get taunt, you get knocked up, you're dead. That's for sure. So if a Camille goes onto a target, locks onto one with the Hextech Ultimatum, Galio's gonna heroic entrance in and get whoever you're targeting there. And another team fight where how Risky and fans play, pickoffs, find those pickups, find those carries, and Sivir is going to be a very very safe ADC. Like I've said earlier, perhaps buying Edge of Night on Zeri is not an option, so perhaps we're just going to have a spell shield on ourselves.
Yep. In here, there's always star is taken from the support as from the Risky and Friend, but one more pick from Risky and Friend still hovering. I think mid or ADC in here. I think there's some slightly changed strategy from Risky and Friend. They are playing Morgana such as niche pick, or I say GC pick again from Risky and Friend Morgana such what I say jarang champion is what I say. Yeah, not a
rare,
lot
rare.
of people using Morgana in the tournament, especially now. And Shurimeoww is gonna be taking their last pick in here, and Atrox gonna be taken away from the Risky and Friend because they know the Shurimeoww know how strong is the Atrox.
Yep. The Shurimeoww knows how strong the Aatrox is, and the Morgana pick here. Again, we've seen the flex from the side of Rizky and friends. The Oriana going for ADC. This could be an Morgana going to the ADC role again. It could be, it might be. So who knows? Rizky and friends has more tricks up their sleeve, and Zarya is gonna get banned away here. Again, I believe the Corki pick is also good here for the side of Rizky and friends if they manage to get a Corki again here. And there's a lot of options where, Rizky and friends can play. They do have a lot, a Morgana that could constantly give out damage. They do have engages from the Camille and Alistar. So what you pick from the side of Rizky and friends here, the two picks here, might probably be a very high AP damage champion and a very, very hard to kill AD carry. So, and the Corki is going to get banned away here for the side of Shurimeoww. And yeah, I believe there's going to be another, I think this is an Aatrox jungle. So I don't think you'll need to ban another jungle, but who knows, who knows, I think.
Yep, because even though Aatrox good at jungle, I think there's some slightly change because in Wild Rift it's quite different from the PC, or oftenly used as the support in Wild Rift and Gwen. I think Gwen is gonna be the Baron lane from the Shurimeoww in here because Gwen is better at the Baron lane rather than at jungle, and Zeri is taken by Rizky and friend. There are some exchange from the Rizky and friend and Shurimeoww, which now Rizky and friend is taking the Zeri, and for the jungle they are still hovering, still looking which champions is good for them team fight in here.
Yep, one more jungle pick. The last jungle pick, Ambessa is actually open, but picking looks like Lee Sin, the staple pick, the blind monk is going to be picked by the side of Rizky and friends, and the last pick might as well just be a Xin Zhao here. And it's still hovering. The mid lane is still a very confused one. We still don't know who is going to the mid lane for the side of Shurimeoww here. It could be Ambessa as well here. Push the lane, go find kills. Push the lane, go find kills. But one thing for sure, On is definitely going to be a support here. So there's no question here, because we're definitely not going to see an Ambessa support or Gwen support or Aatrox support. Who knows? Who knows Aatrox support is the next meta, but I don't think it's today. So yeah, Morgana is going to be the mid lane here. Gwen might be the mid lane as well from the positioning of the players here. So this would be our second game of the semifinals.
Yep. From this two team composition, there are such good fighting game from the Shurimeoww. They have Aatrox, they have Ambessa, they have Gwen, even they have Ornn as the CC. But from the Rizky and friend, they are slightly changing the pace or slightly change the strategy with Kemal, Lee Sin, Morgana, Zeri, and Alistar in here, because we know Zeri can't have much burst damage in the early game, mid game, even though late game. So I think they taking the early game first in here, using Lee Sin, taking the advantage and snowballing into the late game. What do you think is gonna be winning in the game 2 in here, Dango?
Again, the side of Shurimeoww still has this green light go kind of strategy. The draft is very all in, and then the side of the one that changes is actually the side of Rizky and friends. So Rizky and friends opt for one carry, which is the only one here is the Zeri. So the Zeri will have a very hard problem to trying to survive those team fights, because everyone is just going to jump on you. But with Black Shield from the Boana, the Zeri is just going to jump away. If they manage to run away, the side of Rizky and friends might find something to do. But from the draft wise, again, I'm going for the side of Shurimeoww, because Shurimeoww, again, just a very tanky draft. Just get the carry, kill the carry, and everything's gone. So Holyday, what about you?
Yep, I quite agree with you there from Shurimeoww. And here we are going to the Rift in here. Dango, take it away.
The battle is yet over. Their forces are depleted, but with power of friendship, the enemy will be defeated. The gods are taken aback, but your strength uncontested. A few more steps is needed to bring total destruction. Rizky and friends versus Shurimeoww, game number 2. Here we go.
Yep, this is gonna be a such fun game between Shurimeoww and Rizky and friend, where Rizky and friend already have advantage with already taking the first point in the first game. Now Shurimeoww gotta think more or think again about how they're gonna be taking at least 1 point to make it the score to draw and push it to game 3 in here. And for the second game, I think it's quite the same between the first game, and this gonna be quiet passive game.
Yep, a very passive game here because both teams opt for a very a beautiful knockup for the Alistar, but I don't think that's much gonna happen. Another combo from the On is gonna get stunned here, but not much is gonna happen again. This is a scaling draft. You're going to knock me up, I'm gonna knock you up, but not much is gonna happen again without your jungler here. Kills are not gonna be given, and yeah, a weird drafting here. You know, Gwen in the mid lane, Zeri in the mid lane as well. So again, I believe from today now on, there's no logic in your anymore. In both of these teams is just straight up weird.
Yep, in here there's just some trying to getting the Morgana, but Morgana he have Black Shield that but got knocked up, and I think it's gonna be some passive. And meanwhile on the top end there's Aatrox and Camel. Camel has a crook shot to getting away. Meanwhile for the Aatrox gonna be half life steal and just a little bit dash. So I think this gonna be just, I would say, really passive game in the game too.
What do you think of the Arcane, you know? The Arcane series, you know? I believe it's super good and looks like a mid lane might have a gang ultimate from the Ambassa. Zeri has to flash away, but the Lee Sin doesn't have that. Insect doesn't have that ultimate and flashes forward. Stefan wants another kill, like Susu will have to run away, and that will be first blood for the side of Shurimeoww.
Yes, such a bad move from the Rizky and friend there, especially for the Zeri. Didn't know about the Ambessa is coming to the mid lane and make the Shurimeoww is taking the first blood in here. The Alistar, I think, is going to offside there, and 2 kill already got by Shurimeoww in less than 3 minutes.
The On is going to take another, and that Alistar is going to be taken down as sacrifice. Being overextended a little bit too much will means nothing, because alone Alistar is actually a very good tank killer, and looks like top lane is going to fight Camille fighting this Aatrox. Both still doesn't have the ultimate. Oh sorry, Aatrox doesn't have the ultimate, but Hextech ultimatum is available. Ambessa is around the area. Might as well save the Aatrox just in case anything happens.
Yep. The Camel just want to play safely, want to farm safely in here, but Alistar seeing the Ornn. Meanwhile, the Ornn is trying to make the Alistar having gut pressure in the mid lane, and that's gonna be just farming again, trying to some find knock up or CC, especially for the Zeri, because Zeri is quite hard to getting away, especially if there is no wall near the Zeri. So, yep, just farming again for the bot team.
Yeah, the farming game starts here, and Shurimeoww has very good pockets, you know, Sliver, a Gwen, and will this be another engage here? Alistar trying to deny something here, but not much is gonna happen. Lee Sin here, ready for something, just in case anything happens, but again, Boof's fight just wants those farm, nothing else. We just want to cancel your recall, we just get into our late game, you know, get our items first, and then fight when we are ready.
Yep, in here this gonna be passive game, but we gonna back about talking about Arcane in here, Dango. What do you think is gonna be the next series from the Riot? Because we already seeing the series from Piltover and Zone, which taking place at Zone at first and the first season, but the second season is more on Piltover. What do you think? What region is gonna be taken for the next series of the Arcane? I think.
Definitely Noxus, because Ambessa coming out, and then Mel is also coming out in LoL PC. So definitely it's going to be Noxus somewhere, Demacian somewhere. So we're going to see the fan favorite Lux, fan favorite Ezreal as well, and 17 seconds into the objective. This is not the Hex Gates patch, this is not the Hex Rift patch, this is the Yordle patch. First international tournament with the Yordle patch, and engage in the mid lane here might happen. Knock up is not gonna knock anyone up, and that Lee Sin is gonna get taken down, flashes away. Note is going to be taken down, and the Alistar is another target, knocked back into under your turret, gets 2 in a target. Silver hitting in the back line, and Gwen just happily melting all those tanks in the front line. Aatrox here as a piece of cake and might take down that Zeri is going to be taken down himself. Camille gets a reply kill, and that will be a 3-4 for the side of Shurimeoww. 3-4-3. My bad.
Yep. There is such a bad diving from the Aatrox, because he thinks he can get at least 1 more kill for the Shurimeoww, but because diving too deep, and the the game or the fight is changing into the Rizky and friend, and at least they are taking one, or I believe is Atrox, which uses by Narnia, get one kill, and at least they got the turret in there, so they are not losing much in the that fight.
Yep, and this would be a trade-off objective. The Inferno Drake will not be contested. The side of Shurimeoww just wants top lane turret, and I believe they are not using the Rift. What do you call that thing again? Ensemble.
Referral.
Ensemble. Enchanted Ensemble. Yeah.
Yeah,
Enchanted
yeah.
Ensemble. That name is just so hard to pronounce at this moment. And yeah, the Enchanted Ensemble is going to secure the first turret in the top lane.
Yep. And in here, first turret already got by the Shurimeoww. What gonna be Rizky and friends gonna do, because in mid lane there are Sivir that having quite good clearing lane, especially with Boomerang but and Ricochet. And Zeri, I don't think so he have that great clearing lane rather than the Sivir in here.
Yeah, the Zeri needs the runes, you know. Without the rune, Zeri just clears way too slow. And the side of Sivir, like you said, ricochet everything off, and yeah, no more wave. And then we're gonna keep on pushing this mid wave turret. And Ambessa, Gwen, Sivir is just going to have a very, very safe time with your lane pushed. I'm gonna have a safe time farming in our side of.
Yep. And we just gonna be back again because this is gonna be quite passive, because there's no some objective, there are no dragon for moment, and we're gonna be talk about the Noxus versus Demacia for the next Arcane series. What's gonna think, or this gonna be just a Noxus thing with their Black Lotus and with Raven in here, but we're gonna hold that moment then go.
I thought an Ambessa is gonna out onto the Zeri. Zeri has to take away, has to flash away Zhonya's from the Ambessa. Gotta keep him alive for one more second. Sivir in the backline trying to find one. Sterak's gonna keep that on alive for one more second. Morgana's gonna out onto two, but Aatrox is at the side of the river. Is that going to take another kill? And the side of Shurimeoww takes that fight away. Camille flashes Hextech ultimatum onto Zeri. Will he take another kill? Lee Sin trying to find scraps. Lee Sin's gonna be taken down as well. Gwen needs another, finds another, and that will be the side of Shurimeoww taking another victory in that fight.
Yes, such a prolonged fight, such extended fight that what Shurimeoww won, and they, from the Rizky and friend, they make some mistake by going one by one, especially from the Camel. They are using hashtag ultimatum, then followed by like Susu. Like Susu just having 1v3, and especially from the CV, he already got his flash already up, and that just the thing, and the like Susu is got taken down, and now from the Shurimeoww having almost 5k advantage in this game.
Yep, the side of Rizky and friends did not expect that engage from the side of Shurimeoww to be so perfect, and another engage. Lee Sin has to flash away. Call of the On God is going to knock one up, but not the target here. The Alistar is just going to walk away, and that Gwen will not melt the cow away. And even though those fights did not get any kills, they get pressure, but the side of Rizky and friends runs away with their life being spared.
Yep, this is in the second game we see how good the Shurimeoww on communication, on fixing their first on the first game problem, which they have made a lot of mistake in here. But now Shurimeoww showing they already got warm up in the first game, and now Shurimeoww is getting and lead the Rizky and friend on the second game.
Yep, they're pushing Rizky and friends into something very risky, because the Sivir is gonna keep on scaling. The On is going to be very, very tanky. Ambessa just loves these fights, and 5 versus 4 here. Another fight for the red buff. The side of Shurimeoww wants another. The Alistar is just the old guy behind an Ambessa. And then Lee Sin's gonna connect the insect. Dragon Rage is gonna get one, but Ambessa survives. Aatrox taking this volley back, taking this Morgana as hostage, but not going to continue killing that Morgana here.
Yep, this is such bad fight for the Rizky and friend, because such a good engagement by Shurimeoww for taking the first Alistar as their main target as the support, because they know if the Alistar, the tank is taken down, the Rizky and friend got no tank. So the problem is Shurimeoww can melt all the player from the Rizky and friend easily without their Alistar in here, and Ocean Drake is gonna be taken in here as the first dragon in the second game.
First dragon for the side of Shurimeoww. Inferno was taken by the side of Rizky and Friends earlier, and this will be a no what do you call no elder buff. I'm not too sure, but no 3 dragons for both sides. And yeah, the side of Orion, I'm sorry, on here just steadily walks into the jungle as a walking ward here, just keeps on finding those map rushes, keep on finding those fights. This on is not scared at all to do anything, and Alistar will have to match that energy, but the side of Shurimeoww is just ready to just press on and just fights anyone inside the map. And looks like this Camille is going to be the target here. Will have to recall here. Will he manage to recall? But he cancels the recall, has to flash away. Vorway ultimate is going to be joke, but Camille's last one standing hashtag ultimatum in this fight will not survive, will not spare you any moment, and that would be a Camille taking down the split pusher away, and Alistar just knocks someone up there. I believe it's Ambessa. Ambessa might be melted here by the Morgana. Morgana flashes in trying to get that Ambessa, but it will have to run away because Action Shield here trying to save his team. Call of Force Squad is going to be called by that on, but is going to manages to knock them up even though he's stunned. Alistar, the last person in the map, then Ambessa is going to miss the ult for the second time in team fight, and the side of Shurimeoww will have to retreat back to his own jungle because their health is not something that you need to take care here, because Lee Sin is gonna take any of your targets here and just melt you down.
Yep, that's such a bad fight now. Is the Alistar is trying to gain an engagement from the Shurimeoww, but because they have no really much damage, especially in this time they have 5k difference, especially, and their Sivir in here with quite already strong, and the Gwen is already very strong. They have because the early game advantage, and now Rizky and Friend, I think this is gonna be really bad spot from them to fighting the Shurimeoww.
Yep, a very bad spot, and looks like the Camille being bottling, the Namia being bottling here seems to be a reason why the side of Shurimeoww wants this Baron and engage onto Harry has to flash away, but the knives is going to take you down. Call of Force God managed to get that Alistar. The Alistar is very tanky cow, but will he be taken down? Dragon Rage is going to connect. Lee Sin's not going to go in, but in the bot lane, Camille manages to take down that Aatrox as well. It's going to be a 4v4. Will this Camille join this fight? The Baron is going to be melted here. Alistar trying to find an angle, trying to find somewhere in. Morgana's just got a mount the back line here, and it's going to be a stolen Baron here from the side of Morgana. Lee Sin is not going to survive, but Morgana manages to steal that Baron away, and the side of Shurimeoww is just very angry right now, trying to find something, but nothing is going to be given to them. That is a free bot lane turret, a dead Namia, and a Baron stolen away from the hands.
Yes, that tool is really important for Rizky and Friend. With that tool, the Rizky and Friend can make the game longer, so they can farm up to catch up the Shurimeoww in here. But the Alistar in here now is playing aggressively because they know they have the advantage in Baron buff now, and I think at least tier 1 or the turret of the Shurimeoww is gonna be taken down by the Rizky and Friend.
Yep. I believe the only reason why Stefan did not manage to smite there is because Alistar manages to go in. I'm not too sure if he is stunned or he is pushed away from the Baron pit earlier, but what Alistar did was so crucial. Manages to get the steal from the Morgana and bot lane. Another fight here. Aatrox has to run away into his own base. Dragon Rage is gonna connect, but no kills down. Call of Force God is gonna be called. Zeri is gonna be the target. Knocks in the on, and Sivir is going to be the target. Zeri is gonna get one, I believe. The Zeri is just not much. It's going to happen. Zeri gets one. Zeri gets two. Will he get another? Sivir, one more kill. Not much is going to happen for the side of Shurimeoww because Zeri is just stacking those kills, stacking those ultimate, and the side of Shurimeoww having a lot of trouble now. This Alistar is so crucial. That is crazy. And another continue engage from the side of Rizky and France with the Baron. They're pushing for the end. This is their moment. This is their time. Engage from Stefan. Will he manage to get one away? Zeri still wants this Ambessa, but that drop is just going to protect the Zeri from this fight, and that Baron is just going to push this wave onto the Nexus turrets here.
Yep. From what we think, they are already bad spot from Rizky and Friend, but the Alistar find a slightly chance to turn the game to come back in here, and now they got two inhibitor turret from the Rizky and Friend, even though they are losing very very hard in the early to the mid game, and now we are looking Rizky and friends showing how the comeback in here because of just one move from the Alistar and damage from the Zeri in here. And Shurimeoww, they have to rethink about how they gain the momentum that taken away from the Rizky and friends.
From the Baron into the engage of the Alistar from the Blitzcrank pick. Now the Alistar pick has been very, very crucial from the side of Rizky and friends. The only question here is, can Rizky and friends end this game before the Silver, before the Gwen, before the Ambessa gets online again, gets those goal again? What can they do? Can Rizky and friends end this game? Baron, 20 seconds from spawn.
Yep, and in here this Baron is gonna be such important Baron, especially for Shurimeoww. If they can take the Baron, this is gonna be extend their game again, because Rizky and Friend is gonna be harder to push the game, but in the Rizky and Friend already set upping the Baron in here, pushing away the Shurimeoww, zoning up them away. So meanwhile on the bottom lane, the Aatrox versus the Camel, but is
engages from that on is going to knock nothing up, and Alistar's going to engage in Ambessa getting one. The Zeri with the team manager save for day, and Alistar is going to make sure he stays. Lee Sin's going to knock one up, but Lee Sin, I believe, is going to be taken down by that Zeri. Tiver's going to get killed by the Morgana as well. This Morgana just flashes in and gets another, and the Camille manages to clean everything away. Aatrox not being in that fight will be victorious. The side of Rizky and friends manages to take the gods down, and this will be the end game push. Without the Baron buff, the Aatrox is the last god standing, and the last god standing is nothing for you to do, and the Zeri is going to take in the Aatrox down, and this will be game number 2. Rizky and friends goes into the final.
Yes, what a game from the Rizky and friend. We are losing really hard from the Shurimeoww in the early game to the mid game, and now from the Shurimeoww is losing a lot because of the, I will say, man, I have no word from the Rizky and friends play, because they are winning that game just because one moment from Alistar to take a slightly chance to turn the game, and because of that the Rizky and friend advance into the grand final as the Indonesian pride in here.
Yep, true. And I believe if I were to give the MVP away, it's definitely for that support. The Alistar pick, the Blitzcrank pick has been on point. I don't see anyone plays Alistar and Blitzcrank this crucial before, you know. Yeah, there are games where Blitzcrank is crucial. There are games where Alistar is crucial, but this game shows that even support can carry your whole team. Even when your team is behind, you take the initiative as a support, get your team back in the fight, and being the Alistar just tanks everything up. And even with a tank killer, with a Gwen here, with a Silver here, scaling into the back late game, not much can be done because this Alistar just sucks up all of your damage, and the Morgana pick is definitely a secret pick here, just melts away the side of Shurimeoww, and that will be a very clean victory for the side of RNF. Crazy fight here. And what do you think, Holyday, about the drafts and about the gameplay here? Because like Suzu was not alive this game. The Morgana was crazy. Alistar was also crazy.
Yep, in here the pick from the Morgana really working with the team com of the Indonesian in here in Rizky and friend, showing of the Zeri play, how they play Zeri in their team fight, how they are showing how Zeri is supposed to be played to the Shurimeoww, and now they are showing that the victory is for them to advance into the grand final for Rizky and friends.
Yep. And those abnormal picks from the side of Shurimeoww, the Gwen mid, the Namia in the top lane, the Aatrox in the top lane, even though it manages to help them early game, but it did not manage to get the victory for your side. So again, thank you so much for the side of Shurimeoww. Congratulations on the top 4 victory, and see you guys again, I guess, if there is an tournament tournament or MSB is coming back. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. For Rizky and friends, your story is not over. So tomorrow you will be facing the winner from the next match today. So we'll be heading into the break, guys. So make sure to keep on watching for our second game today. The side of Nuh-uh will face Ardent Esports.
You're under the pressure. I lost my temper. I said something foolish. Did I go and ruin this? When it started to feel so real, could feel it running, running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving, loving for the rest of my days. No, I don't want to be alone so late at night.
Wanna join me? Come and play, but I might shoot you in your face. Bombs and bullets will do the trick. What do we need here? Is a little bit of panic. Do you ever
young, our memories echo inside me. As time is slowly ticking away, I miss the way that we were in harmony. I'm having trouble letting go. I close my eyes and wish you were closer. Now we're like footprints in the snow, slowly fading until it's over. Our memories won't last forever. I'll love you for eternity. So baby, let's get back together. I'll show you what you need, a symphony. It isn't strange that we are still feeling connected. So I propose that we embrace love, hope, and our
Welcome back everyone into National Class Invitational 2025 where our semi-finals gonna be played in here and the game one where is Rizky and friends showing how strong they are and advance into the grand final. And in the second game we gonna see which team gonna be advanced into grand final to face match or facing the Rizky and friends.
Yep. We're looking for one more champion for today in the semifinals versus an esports. So I believe in the comment section, which are you voting, guys? Which one are you voting? Are you a supporter of Ardent Esports? Are you a supporter of no? So guys, before anything, thank you so for our sponsors, guys. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Without our sponsors, not much is going to happen. So again, thank you so much for. Let me read out the sponsors first. Game Juice, Instalock, Team Tak Commander, Team Tak Pro, Lily Takes Photo, Darius Alvio, and also LOL. Without this sponsor, not much is going to happen, and this time without you guys. So let's talk about the last game previously, okay? So I believe the one reason the side of Shurimeoww did not manage to secure the victory is because of a lot of mistakes by the jungler, missing the smites, missing the target, and Morgana just the Sivir just stands inside the ADC pool, as said by Sagi, our co-streamer in TikTok. So it's very Shurimeoww is like they already have the victory in their hands, but a lot of mistakes by themselves are the reason why Rizky and France manage to keep holding on, and Rizky and France, seeing those mistakes, takes advantage of them, manages to get away with the victory. So both games are mistakes, that huge mistakes from the side of Shurimeoww, and Rizky and France just waits for those moments, wait for those opening, and manages to take the victory for themselves. So I'm not sure if game number 2, our and Ardent already in lobby, but from Ardent Esports here. Ardent Esports is I believe is a very famous team from Indonesia. I think I've heard that name for a long time, Holyday.
Yep, this Ardent or RS team is quite famous in Indonesia, but they really don't have much. They have much stage, especially in Indonesia. But now, out of nowhere, they are showing how their hard work is paying off by advancing into the playoff or the semi-final, and probably could taking the game on the semi-final and meet another Indonesian Rizky and friends. But we didn't know because it's gonna be make the game isn't simply to make the Ardent taking away from them.
I remember the side of Eris, Zeef, the Riven jungle was crazy. It was super crazy, and perhaps we could see another Riven pick here today from the side of Ardent Esports. For the side of Noah, Noah has this very frequent fight where a draft where all they do is just keeps on fighting, keeps on fighting, keeps on fighting. They never stop fighting. So the side of Ares will have to find an answer, and Riven, even with the Riven, does wants to fight as well. So the Riven pick might be a fight. This both teams I believe plays very very kind of like let's just fight. Let's just be mans and then just hit each other as much as possible. Is it correct, Holyday? Is that how Ares plays?
Yep, I think probably so because from my analysis in here between Ardent and Naa, from the last week game, they are playing really really hard on the gang team. So they have really good communication. They have a solid teamwork. So just playing on their ganking strategy, and I would say like from the strategy used by the Shurimeoww, but they make it even better. They make it even advanced, and I don't know between either Ardent or Naa because both of them is really really have a good strong gang and have solid teamwork.
Yep. Both sides will have a lot to do here today. This is the semifinals, and yeah, again, thank you so much, our sponsors. Hi, our sponsors back. So again, from the left, Lily takes photo. There is Alvio, Low9, Warif, Team Tak Kemana, Team Tak Pro, Game Juice, and Instalock Esports. Without these partners, without these sponsors, no Nation Clash invitation is going to happen. So I believe, hopefully, another Nation Clash invitation is going to happen. But perhaps we could just go. This is like a MSI, if you guys want PC, this is something like MSI, and then perhaps we could have a Worlds of ourselves one day. Perhaps more country could join in. So if you guys have viewers from other countries, do message us or tell us where are you guys from, and perhaps we could bring your country with us as well. And for the giveaway, Holyday.
Yep, in here we have one t-shirt for today, and you can check how to get the follow giveaway in here just by looking at the official League ID, or you can see it on the chat box on the YouTube. And for tomorrow, there's gonna be one TWSS the giveaway for the grand final. But we here already going to the draft pick for the second game of the first in here between Ardent and Naa in here. And for the first pick, it's gonna be Naa and already banning Ferris. Meanwhile, RS already banning
Victor.
something. Yeah, Victor. Something I will say is quite different in here because last week what I say Naa is using, or I see
Yeah, they did use
the
Victor.
Ardent using Victor. Yeah.
Oh, so Ardent did use Victor as well. Noah actually did use Victor as well. So Victor's going to be taken away. But we haven't seen a Rumble in this tournament. So no teams is picking the new champions yet. So, who knows? Rumble might show up today. From my experience, Rumble has never been broken. If he's a Fed in front, then it's good. But has never been so broken like Amumu or something now. So not a priority ban. And looks like the side of Noah takes away the Shen as well. So Shen, Vladimir, and Var banned from the side of Noah. So what about the side from Ares?
Yep, from the Ares is taken away from the Amumu, and the first pick in here from Noah is Camel. That's how strong in the first game on the second match between Rizky and friends and Shurimeoww, which really really helping the Rizky and friends to advance into the grand final in here.
Yep. The Camille pick has always been a crucial pick. Get one target, goes onto your target, and Galio is going to be taken away here. Could be a Galio support, could be a Galio mid lane, could be the one we're seeing right now, a full AP Galio, just everyone here. So who knows? It could be that Galio, but it just denies the Camille Galio combo here, and Olaf might be a selection for the jungle pick here from the side of Ares.
Yep, and in here the Ardent is still hovering, and Ornn is gonna be taken away from the Naa as the second pick, and Braum, one of the most, I would say, support used in this tournament, especially on the stream. And Braum is, I would say, really really strong, especially with the Fisher, and this is gonna be the pick that have to be think by the Ardent to handle the Braum.
Yep. The Camille ults into the Glacial Fissure from the Braum is going to be crucial, and Akali is going to be the last pick from the side of NCI here in the first pick phase with champion select. And what could be the answer from the Ares? Could it be a Lissandra here? Could it be another combo wombo from the Ares here? A Senna is going to be picked here as, it might just confirms that the Galio is mid and support, but the Senna can still be flexed into the ADC role here. But by picking the Senna support here, I believe the side of Ares will try to find two fighters here because they want those engaged fight, they want those prolonged fights, and Zeri is going to be taken out for ADC in the second ban phase of the series.
Yep, in here they are still hovering. They have to think about what com is gonna be used by Ardent in here because we see Galio, Ornn, and Senna is quite flash pick for the RS, and now are still looking for what the answer. And I think Jax is the answer for the com of the Ardent, and Darius now is taken away from the NCI because yesterday we see NCI really good using Darius. And I think for the last one from NCI is gonna be probably mid, I think.
Yep, but I don't think it's a Camille jungle here. Camille is rarely seen in jungle lately, so it could be something else. But yeah, the last ban could be a mid lane ban. Never mind, it's a Vi ban, so Vi taken out, Jax taken out, Darius taken out, Zeri taken out. So a lot of options still left open here. So from the side of Shurimeoww might as well, from the side of Ares could just take a Lucian or something. Silver is still open here, but they need to find a combo here. The Senna is still a question. Where is this Senna going? So yeah, Xayah. I totally forgot about Xayah. Xayah is actually a pick in this meta, just melts anyone away, and that just confirms the Galio mid. So Senna's gonna be AC, and getting Harvard a Jhin here.
Yep, as a Jhin pick is quite rare pick actually, as in this patch, especially because Jhin doesn't really have good damage output in the early game, but in the mid game to late game, man, if the passive on the stack 4 just targeting just small HP champion is gonna be blown away, and Lucian is gonna be an answer from the NCI on ADC. Meanwhile, one more pick from NCI to facing the Ardent, still hovering between what is maybe Timo? Nasus?
What? Nasus? Gragas.
Okay.
It's gonna be Gragas.
Yeah. Set still makes sense. J4? Okay, J4.
Oh, it could be a Camille top here. So Camille J4 combo here, and Lilia, the last pick from the side of Ares, is definitely going to be the jungle pick for the side of Ares. And again, I believe the highlight here is the bot lane, the Lucian and Braum combo. These two just stuns you, locks you in one moment, and as you know, you're dead. But the Senna is going to be a very crucial champion. Just going to heal you. Just try to stun the Lucian away, making sure that those stacks are not going to happen, those bursts are not going to happen. So how this Senna plays, will this be another support meta where the support takes all the credits? So it's a question for us to answer. And yeah, this is game for us. What do you think?
Yep, from the two team, this is from the com. I think if the viewer doesn't know, but the last week J4 is used by Rizky and Friend, but I think they are losing into NCI. But I think in here the NCI already know how strong the J4, and they're picking away for the game, which really important for them to advancing into the grand final of the first game in here. And what do you think is gonna be winning the composition in here?
The composition wise, relying a lot on your Lucian and Akali is actually quite hard for the side of NCI to play around. But if they manage to do this meta, it's going to be very worth it. But for the side of on the other side, every support has a Xayah, Senna, bot lane. These are the carries. The Xayah is going to pop off late game, is going to just melt all your targets, it's going to melt your Braum. But the Braum shield is going to be crucial as well, because those stacks, those feathers are not going to be able to pass through your shield. So the Xayah will have to play around here, will have to find a way to, at least find an angle or carry Lucian will be very safe, I believe, this game.
Yep, but the problem is the shield, even the shield up. Yep, and Dango, we already on the rift and take it away, Dango.
As darkness looms over the rift, a shiny light blinding the eyes. As something huge is burning, the ardent heart is on the rise. But fear is always looming, for those hearts are not strong. Danger is always looming, denying victory for those who are. Nuh-uh, Ardent Esports. Will the ardent hearts illuminate, or will darkness eliminate? Game number 1. Let's go.
Yep, and in here we see how good the Senna to counter picking the Braum, because we know the laser or the basic attack from the Senna is just piercing through the Braum shield, and I think that's gonna be such a problem for the Braum, because we know if Braum cannot hold much damage, especially from the Senna, that's really insurance on the late game. That's gonna be much problem in the late game from now.
Yep, the range from the side of Ardent Esport is something that the side of NCI needs to be aware of. The Xayah, the ADC has more range than Lucian. And then the Senna here is going to just keep on stacking those range. And then the late game, where Senna just gets all this item, the Lucian is not going to realize that he's going to he's going to be hit by like a truck. And the mid lane is still fighting. He's going to get stunned. The Lucian and shield is going to put up. Lilia looking for a gank in the mid lane, I believe.
Yep. And in here, in the bottom lane, we see how the pressure is going on from to the bottom lane, which to Lucian and Braum, how good the Ardent Esport really pressuring the bottom lane, so they can't have really much movement in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, the Lilia is getting down, trying to get the turtle in there, and we see in here the Braum is really harassed by the Xayah and Senna and bottom lane.
Yep, being harassed a lot, and being harassed by this range is not fun. And another stun, Ares, I believe Ares gets a lot of those stuns off, and the support just needs to recall. I believe this is a dangerous spot for you to be in, and I believe the side of J4 is going to recall in the top lane here. The Camille on the top lane is going to be pushing the Ornn back into his own turret here.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the top, in the bottom lane again, really hard. Meanwhile, on the top lane in here is quite, I would say, evenly matched between Camille and Ornn, even though
Lilia's coming.
Ornn and Lilia is coming, targeting for the Camille, and Call Force Guts is targeting the Camille, but no kills. 2 ultimate has been proc by Ardent Esport, but not getting killed. But now 1 kill as the first blood and Cataclysm is opened by the J-Force, but the Xayah can get out. Hero Insurance targeting the team in there, but the Xayah already taken down. Wind of War targeting an Akali in here, but now 2 people is taken down from the Ardent Esport and giving advantage into NCI.
Lucian gets taken down early on this fight, but Sana's going to try to get some scraps here. Ultimate Lilia's going to go in here. Sana has to flash away. Lullaby is still available. On a hit, but the Sana's going to be taken down with no problem. The side of NCI takes 3 kills to 1.
Yep. What's a game we didn't expect actually, and in the early game, especially on bottom lane, because we see how strong Xayah and Senna on bottom lane, and they're really pressuring the Braum and the Lucian, but it comes the Lucian with the help of the other team taking away by getting 3 kills out bottom lane.
And looks like the Lilia's going to be the target here. Lullaby hasn't been used. Glacier just not going to hit anyone. Galio has to flash away. Nala is the only one in the back line here. He doesn't have any flashes. Going to get Cataclysm and it's going to get taken down. Flag and drag onto the other side of the pitch. The shield is not available. And double kill for that Akali. The Featherstorm is just going to take one. Another Akali gets another triple kill. And that will be the last one standing. Xayah just runs away under his own turret because there's nowhere else to run.
Yep, this is a such scenario what the won with the J4 in here, because we know from the Ardent Esport they don't have much dashing move to getting out of the Cataclysm, so from the Ardent Esport have to rely on the flash to getting out of the Cataclysm, and we see how strong the Cataclysm in here, and just taking away the game by leading 3k away from the Ardent Esport.
Yeah, Baron is going to. I'm sorry, Enchanted Ensemble is going to spawn next. Dragon is also going to spawn next. It's going to get knocked up. This Camille. Galio is here. Lilia is here, but I don't think it's going to be coming to help here because objectives are way more important. And Galio is roaming to the mid lane here. Akali is taking two in the mid lane. He's going to take one down, takes another, flashes away, and that is going to make sure that Nala survives for another day. But that is a very crazy play by Sky in the bot lane.
Yep, such a fast and quick kill by an Akali to taking away the Saya, and now the payoff for the Naah is getting their enchantment in here, but now on the other side is Infernal Drake, such a good Drake for both player because both team in here really need damage to destroy the other team because their tank is really strong.
Yep, and looks like another engage might be happening in late lane. Enchanted Ensemble is going to be spawned. I believe that is going to be for the first turret. No, just a little bit more, but the dragon is going to be the target. Infernal Drake here, I believe, is going to be secured without any problem, without any contest, or even not. Really, the Akali just manages to turn the fight around. I believe if Zaya and Senna were still alive, I don't think, I believe the side of Ardent will try to trade that. But because of them manages to somehow getting 2v1 in the bot lane, just gives the Akali, just gives the side of Naa so much pressure. Flag and drag will try to find Zaya. The stun is not going to hit. Thunderstorm's gonna make the Zaya flashes away. Heroic entrance trying to save the Senna. It's gonna be taken down. The crucial shield by that Braum is gonna make sure that the feather doesn't go through, and Akali just flashes forward, dances into the backline, takes another kill, and that will be a double kill for that Sky. And this Akali is legendary.
Yep, such a flashy move from the Akali, taking down Ardent Esport one by one from the Galio, from the Senna, and now get one turret from the Jefford for at the bottom lane, and I think the Naa is gonna be taking the game away if there is no mistake made by the Naa.
Yep, this is a 9-0 Akali 7k versus everyone else on the side of Ardent is around 4k, so this guy is just dancing around the side of Ardent Esport. What Ardent can do right now is just skill and do not fight, do not get caught, do not get, just stay as safe as possible. But the side of Naa is very proactive. They want to fight. They keep on finding these fights, and this is giving them another chance. Another top lane fight is gonna get stunned. Flashes away. Glacier Fisher is gonna knock him up. Braum, one more hit might secure the kill. Will that be taken down? Senna's ult is going to be used, but not going to be help. So this will be a top lane turret for the side of Naa. Well, and Naa being very proactive, and the side of Ardent Esports just need to take a breather here.
Yep. And from the Naa in here, they're taking what they can take at one by one actually from the Empal in here that using Ornn and taking away one again turret from the Ardent, make the gold gap is wider and wider and making hard for Ardent Esport, and there is hashtag ultimatum heroic entrance open, but I think from the Ardent Esport cannot take more damage, and from the Naa is taking one by one, and Galio is just gonna be taken down. Akali got there, legendary, and Saya again and again taken down by Akali, legendary again by Akali, really destroying the Ardent Esport.
Akali just dances, man, just dances. If Akali comes, you better run, you better gas away, you better just do anything you can not to get close, because this Akali just melts anyone down. Even if you're a tank, you're just gonna be a target. What? Almost getting caught by that Sky there. No, I kind of hope that he got caught just now. I just want to see the damage of Akali fighting against the...
Yep, especially this is, I would say, how many? 12, I think? 12-0 Akali. I think it's gonna be melting the Ornns really easily, and yep, already to item of Akali 11-0 in just 9 minutes.
It's just cherry on top for the Akali here, and with Riftmaker completed, no tanks will survive for another day. This guy just walks and this Lilia just runs. It's like, I'm not gonna risk anything. Take my blue. I want my life. So, the side of Ardent Esports will have to just, just to keep on doing this. Keep on doing this. Scale into the late game. The side of Noah so it doesn't have a proper late game carry. Even though the Lucian ahead will be very good, but the Senna and the Zarya is still going to hurt you in the late game phase.
Yep, and I think from the now they're just gonna need taking one objective to another, just make the barricade harder for Ardent Esport to destroy it, at least to make epic comeback. But I think now looking for the 30-second, what gonna coming is Mountain Drake for the second Drake in here, and I think if Naa is taking this dragon, it's gonna be really hard for Ardent Esport to take the game.
Yep, Akali is ready to engage on anyone who walks inside this bush, but the side of Ardent Esports just recalls here, trying to, make sure that I don't think they're fighting this. Yeah, it's too risky. The Akali is just too fat, and Lilia is even roaming to the top lane here, and this will be a free mountain there for the side of Noah, and Lilia here is going to try and find Strong though, and Call of Force God is going to be called here. Flashes away. Camille will survive for another day.
Yep, in here there are 3 people and Akali is coming, targeting with Senna, but yep, just gonna scaring away of the Ardent Esport just to make safe the Lucian and the Braum. Meanwhile on the top lane, the which is strong in here using Camel is have to
Activism
move
under
away
the
with-
turret. Heroic Entrance has to save the Galio, has to save the Zarya. Blade Caller will have to be called again. And again, this is what the side of one. Sorry, I did cut you off just now. And looks like Heroic Entrance. Heroic Punch onto the Lucian gets one. Is gonna lullaby into this Braum. Will have to jump away. Will be melted. Will not be melted. This Braum is very fat. But Lucian was just a quarter of HP that Galio manages to take one away.
just one kill what this Ardent Esport needed, but the problem is that fight is without Akali. If Akali come, what's gonna be happen to Ardent Esport? Because in here the Akali is showing how strong he is, and the hashtag ultimatum by Camel targeting an Ornn in here, and Call of Force got, but not he bounced back by an Ornn in here.
Yep, another fight keeps on going. Cataclysm is just going to make sure that they survive for another day. Akali is here. Akali is trying to find something. Akali is nowhere near the fight. Looks like Ardent Esports know what to do now. If you see Akali on the map, go make plays other way, anywhere else. Because with this Akali, we cannot play this game at all. But with the Akali, we see the Akali, we run away, and Baron is on the map now. Will be the target for the side of what will the Malaysian team do? 2 Baron manages to be cancelled, manages to be stolen for the earlier team, Shurimeoww, and looks like the side of doesn't want to take this risk, will take them slow, will take this slow.
Yep, and in here already gathering up already. Group up. What Shuriken is targeting the Ornn, and now from the Ardent Esport can do much because they are losing 2 people and 3 now, only leaving Lilia and Saya to be alive because Lilia on the other side. So I think this is gonna be free Baron from the
Free Baron from the really beautiful shuriken from the sky, from the Akali. The Ornn has to flash away, but literally just takes the Akali onto your whole team, and this is a free Baron for the side of team showing that Malaysia is still in this game, in this fight. We're not going down without a fight.
Yep, and the Ardent Esport gotta rethink how to take this game away from the At least they have to find a slightly chance or some mistake that did, and punish them really hard by taking some objective or turret and make at least the goal same at this moment.
Yep, it's almost a 10k. It's actually a 10k goal dip from this game, and I don't think engages from that wrong cataclysm onto 3. The calling is gonna be not gonna be hit. They and Sana to be taken down. Fire. Oh, Battle Storm is gonna be used. Lilia's gonna go frozen in the Holyday. Camille just jumps in onto the Sana. Gets a 1, gets 2 from the Lucian. Lilia, man standing away, but that Lucian will take you. Darkness over the rift. Denying the light. And Ardent Esport on the last breath will be taken down in game 9.
Yep, in here Malaysian team showing they're not giving the win away to Indonesia, just taking away 1 point from Ardent Esport in the game 2, which we really how good the Ardent Esport, how clean they play, how good their communication, and there's no, I think there's no such a mistake from the to be punished by the Ardent Esport.
Yep. The side of no, I'm sorry. The side of Ardent actually just kind of their meta is more of let me get my items, Senna, Galio, and also Zaya get my items. But with the Akali being so fed early on, not much can you do because this Akali just dance on your backline, just goes in without any doubt, without any problem, just goes to Shroud and gets your target very easily. And a mistake that they should get a hold on, a mistake that they should not do in the next game if they want to take this game to 1-1, because no, we want to go 2-0 without a problem. We want to face their rivals Rizky and France in the finals, but Aris, another light, another fire, can they find this game to make it 1-1 here? So we're looking at this Akali 11-0, Almeida doing a lot of damage, Tak Strong though doing a lot of damage as well, even a balanced damage from the side of Ares. But again, the Akali just is too fed, just too fed early on, and there's not much the side of Ares can do.
Yep. From the problem at the first fight in the, I would say, 2v1 into 3v2, that's really punishing the Ardent Esport, and that's good. From there is really snowballing into now moment, and there's no mistake, so there's nothing to punish in from the Ardent to punish into Naa and make the Naa is taking one game, just one more point to advancing into grand final facing Rizky and friends.
One more win to face the finals list, Rizky and friends. So we'll be heading to break right now. So see you guys in game now.
Yeah, welcome back everyone into National Class Invitational Semi-Final. And we are here still as I'm Holyday and Dango is gonna be still bring the game to you to game 2 between Naa and Ardent Esport, Dango.
Yep. So we have the first game. We had the first game. The Akali just dances around the rift there, and again, it is mistakes done by the side of team Eris. Too much mistakes in the early game manages to just gapping the mid lane and the jungle for the side of Eris there, and the bot lane did manage to do well. The Zarya and Senna was bullying the Lucian and Braumhart, but I believe the Ares team could do something more from the mid lane or the jungle. Could have a lot more impact into the game with the Galio full AP being so squishy. The Akali just dances around him with the Lilia still needs items, still needs time, still needs to farm. There's not much the side of Ares Esports can do to answer this Akali, and we did saw them trying to do something, trying to run away, trying to not fight, but the Baron is on the map. You can't give Baron away for a team that is so far ahead, 10k goal view. So giving that means you're done. So them trying to fight back is not an option there, and being taken down and being taken in game number here. So Holyday for the side of Ares, what can they do here? Could they change their draft? Could they do something else?
Probably for the Ardent Esport, what I saw is they have, especially if they using some champion that facing J4, they have to at least using some dressing champion to getting out of the cataclysm, because we saw most of the champion of the Ardent Esport can't get out from the cataclysm of the J4 because there are no lot of deaths. So they really have to rely on their flash, with it's taking really long time for the cooldown. And I think for the Ardent, at least try to make take some, at least one or two champion that can hold on the early game, so the other can roll into the late game really hard.
Yep, and I really do love the Galio pick there, where where the side of when the cataclysm goes in, the Galio is going to ult the team, the members that is inside the cataclysm, and trying to save the team members. But this is Galio full AP. If it's tank Galio, it's going to be a different issue. And thank you so much for our sponsors: Lily Takes Fortio, Darius Alvio, LOL9, Team Tak Kemana, Team Tak Pro, Game Juice, and also from our media partner. Thank you so much for making. And I believe both teams are ready, and we are going to go into our game number 2. Let's go.
Yep, and here there's some giveaway for viewer too, because today we are giving away one T-shirt for all the viewer. So don't miss it. So check it out at official legacy ID, and tomorrow there's gonna be one TWS is gonna be given away into our viewer on grand final. But we see there's already some sound of the draft pick in here between Naa and Ardent Esport.
Yep. I really want to see the Zeef plays the Riven again. I remember last week Zeef plays the Riven like crazy, man. And who knows if this Riven gets picked here. But do remember the side of Naa do have a Riven player as well. Kira, the top lane, tak strong though, is actually a Riven 1 trick as well. So the Riven I believe is definitely not going to go either side here, and bans has been given from both teams. Akali is going to be respected and going to be taken out from the game.
Yep, and for the Naa, they are respecting ban of the Ardent Esport Pharaohs, because on the last week they saw how strong the Pharaohs used by the Ardent Esport versus Riot Rebels, even though they are quite losing into Riot Rebels, but they know how strong really it is. And Olaf is getting taken away from the draft pick in here, and Naa is gonna be losing or hovering to looking which band is gonna be sweet for them to facing Ardent now.
Yep, and Amumu, the curse of the sad mommy, is going to be taken out as well. This broken meta where Amumu just shines upon the other jungle is going to be taken away, and Is it another Blitzcrank pick here? If it's a Blitzcrank pick, then Indonesia, you really love your Blitzcrank. You guys just love hookers, man. Another hooker's gonna get picked here,
Yep.
so Nautilus is gonna be taken away. And yeah, and definitely not a Blitzcrank, but Camille is gonna be first pick for side of now here. Might be.
Yep. They know how really strong about the camel, and they take it away from the Ardent. So at least from the Ardent can counter pick it for some I would say some draft they having in this second game. So at least can advance into the grand final facing Rizky and friends, which already waiting them in the grand final.
Azix was hovered there, and looks like a J4 Camille combo is going to be used here again from the side of Naa. They do not want to change from their previous strategy. Even though Akali is going to be banned here, they might pick another assassin champion here. Might be something, who knows. And looks like the side of Eris is hovering the On again. The On might be another fight, might be fighting against the Camille again here, and most probably is going to be the On top lane here. Empal is going to fight the Camille again. Another safe matchup in the top lane.
Yep, such a safe pick for Ardent Esport, but now they have to really think about this J4 with the Cataclysm, because they see how strong the Cataclysm of the J4, and now Ezreal has been picked for Ardent Esport. So because with the Essence Shift, they can escaping from the Cataclysm easily and safely without using the flash.
Yep, it's like you just told Ardent Esport the secret of defeating now earlier, and Ardent looks like to take your advice and picking a champion that could just arcane shift away from the Cataclysm and yeah, stay alive for another day. And Braum here is going to be picked. 3 same champions, 3 same drafts from the Naa. Right? And what might be the bans here from the side of Naa is going to ban away the Jax here.
Yep, and one of the Jacks in here already taken away from the Ardent Esport. Meanwhile, for the RS is still looking what to ban in this game on the second game, because they really need this game. They have to make the draw point in here so they can push it into the third game. And Lucian already now is taken away from the Naa, because they saw how strong is the Lucian used by the Naa.
What if On goes bot lane, Nautilus goes jungle, and then they pick another tank in the top lane here? Because you know that the On did not win against the Camille, so this could be another flex pick. But again, I believe the Indonesian side has a lot of weird drafts, you know. So who knows, they might have something up their sleeves, and Vi is going to be taken away. The ban is going to be onto the Silver, and a Jinx cover here is going to show the Arcane Spirit, but I don't think it's good draft here for the side of Naa.
Yep, I think Fane is probably fine in here because they are facing Nautilus and On rather than using Jinx, because we know Jinx is really late game champion, and I think Ardent's not gonna be letting the Jinx getting away, and Fane I think it's gonna be good answer for facing Ardent Esport. Meanwhile, Ardent Esport have to think again about this J4 and Fane, because here is Viego probably is picked by RS. This is quite good jungle because can possess the champion from the enemy team from the Naa, because we saw that's quite strong champion used by Naa.
The issue from this Viego pick is that you have to go through a lot of tanks. You have to go through the Camille, the Braum, the J4, and with you being such a tanky champion with no gap closer or anything, excluding your ultimate for sure, but like it's going to be a very hard pick to play off. But if you get those early kills, the Vayne is going to have a very hard trying to surviving you getting on top of them. And with Viego just shifting into a J4 or a Camille or a Braum, any of those champions is going to be very hard for the side of Naa to counter again with another tank if the Viego manages to steal one away.
Yep, and I think what I say, as what you say, this is in RS really taking my advice, because we see Viego, Ahri, and Ezreal really having dash with the ultimate of the Spirit Trap from Ahri, Arkansas from Ezreal, and Viego from his second skill to getting away from the Cataclysm, and from Vladimir in here just as the last pick from the Naa as their mid laner. What do you think is gonna be come, and what their strategy to win this game, especially for to close the game and finishing at 2-0 against RS.
Nuh has a very late game potential where Vladimir needs item, Vayne needs item, but the Camille and J4 is going to bring you forward, is going to help you scale into the late game way faster. But if only they manages to catch this Ezreal, if managed to catch this Ahri, and I don't think the Ahri and Ezreal is going to be the target so much this game, the Viego is going to be the issue here. We could see a Divine Sunderer Ezreal, Divine Sunderer Viego here, more key build, not the walk and squishy Viego kind of build. So it's going to be a I believe the side of Iris has something up their sleeve to make sure that this game goes to them. So what do you think, Holyday? Which drafts do you like? Which team do you support?
For me, I'm gonna be choosing Ardent Esport for this time. I'm hoping for the third game because from what I see, there is already quite much dancing champion. So the tanks can take all the damage, can absorb all the damage. So the backliner or the RV, Viego, and the Ezreal can really hit the enemy team safely from the behind. And I hope this is gonna be the comp what Ardent Esport needed to at least get 1 point, Dango.
Yep, so the living drives with the light, the dead rise in the summoners. Get ready to fight, for tomorrow's future is still a might. Game number 2, let's head into the game. Ardent Esports will light the future, or Team Noah will deny your future.
Yep, and in here we're gonna see a fight between Vladimir versus Ahri in the mid lane, and Shock already proc by Ahri in here easily because he's taking second skill. And I think for the bot lane is gonna be quiet passive this time because Ezreal really need his third skill level 3 because rather than Vayne in here really need his late game. And bottom.
Yep, we're watching the bot lane. Ignite is going to take those Veins are going to take a lot of damage. The Ezreal is going to take a lot of damage as well. I believe the hook from Nautilus manages to hit onto the Braum there, and they managed to take those fights, scrappy fights, and both teams are traded here.
Yep, but we see from the result of the summer spell here, a lot of summer spell used by the Ardent Esport, which is they are using exhaust and ignite. Meanwhile, Naah just committing just one heal to saving this Vayne.
Yep, and the top lane as well. Hooks again. Nala is not going to hit onto the Braum again, and top lane is also fighting as well. Fighting Emperor L, I believe AI. Is it AI? L? But yeah. Again, the matchup in the top lane is the boring kind of matchup. The mid lane matchup is more of a scale matchup. And yeah, the bot lane is all shenanigans. Yeah, so the bot lane is where we to watch. Going to create a lot of the Camille's health here. And yeah, again, Hook's gonna hit. Braum's gonna get targeted. Will the stun goes off onto the Nautilus. Is gonna tumble away, but not much is gonna hit. No kills is going to be taken from neither team. And Viego flanking here, trying to kill. Viego, I believe, has the ultimate here. Flashes forward, flashes inwards, and Viego takes one down. And then Ezreal takes another, and that will be 2 kills to none. And I believe there's a trade kill somewhere else as well in the map. Ezreal's taken down as well.
Yep, Ezreal. I think Ezreal is taken down from the turret, and I think that means not a lot of gold separated, especially into a major. And Braum in here is targeting into one of the Vladimir in the mid lane, and Charm targeting the Vladimir, but there is trade between Viego and Vladimir. Just make it 1-for-1 for each team.
The Vladimir manages to survive for so long, but what we saw there was the Ahri just using it and manages to hit off the very crucial charm last minute there to make sure that the Vladimir is taken down. But luckily enough, Tak Rondo is there to make sure that they get 1 kill back. And the Hook, I believe, is gonna hit onto the Vayne, is gonna bet stun there, has to glance away, and that will be another health trade. And the bot lane is in trouble for the second.
Yep, this Vayne is really having trouble facing Ezreal and Nautilus with the hook. Already many times that this Vayne got caught by this Nautilus, and I think if this keep continues, the Vayne is not if the Vayne is just gonna be the ATM for the bot lane.
Yep, so we're confirmed that Indonesian are very good at hookers champ, you know. So if you see Aris, Nala, or anyone, they never miss. They never miss. You're level 7, but you're gonna get hooked for sure. And looks like the side of bot lane still fighting here. I believe the bot lane is still fighting. Glacier Fisher is gonna be used. Both is on the target. One more stun to be used onto the Ezreal. Is gonna get stunned here. Will be taken down by the two-shot barrage catechism. Going to hold this Nautilus one more second, but the Braum is gonna be taken down as well. This J4 is the mess here just to make sure that this turret not be taken down, not gonna be chunked away for the side of Ardent Esports. Ardent Charm is gonna hit, Hook's gonna hit, one more hit will be taken that Viego down, and that is crazy from the side of Aris. This is different team, diving down the turret, and that Viego gets another. This is how you play the Viego. Nautilus is gonna trade health here, but that is just crazy plays from the side of
This is a such really different thing we saw at the first game between Ardent Esport versus NAA, where Ardent Esport really can't do much at the first game, but now we see NAA can do much facing Ardent Esport, especially the Ezreal and the Nautilus. They are really already leading almost 2k of the Ardent Esport, and with the score 7-4 now, and I think the Ornn is ready.
Is going to be called here. It's going to be shielded by that Braum, but knocks onto 2. Will they dive this turret? Grace of Fisher crucial be used by that Braum to make sure that the Vayne stays alive, but Vayne's is still in. His ultimate will not be able to take this ultimate into the fight, and will be trading the objective here.
Yep, and in here we see Mountain Drake is taken away into Ardent Esport arsenal, and the charge is targeting a Vayne, and Vayne is gonna be fading away and leaving just Braum alone to have facing 4 people of the Ardent Esport, and double kill is got by a Viego.
Is that a collector? It's a collector by that Viego. No wonder. It's so weird why how the Viego is doing so much damage, and it's a item collector by that Viego, and looks like the J4 is being protected by 3 person, and you are not running away from that. And that jump hits, and the side of is being denied their match point here.
Yep, this is really bad for NAA. This is what they not expected from Ardent Esport, because we know Ardent Esport were really scrambling at the first game, and now they're really showing their fang in here. They're showing how they play actually, and they really show that the first game just warming up for us.
Yep, and looks like the side of NAA, all they need to do is just drag this game away, but the side of Ardent knows what to do, keeps on fighting those fights, and I don't personally like this Vayne pick because the range is a bit too small, you know, for you to kite away an Ezreal, for you to kite away a Not. So it's not that such a good of a pick here, and again, you know, the one mistake here, and Hook's got hit again onto the bottom as Charms head. Will have to use that ultimate, will have to pull away. One more hit, Ignite's gonna take the bottom, going to run away, but the Nautilus also hit, flashes for Charms, Spirit rushes forward and takes another kill, and Blade is going to get another kill in the bot lane.
Yep, this is really different from the Ardent Esport at the first game. They really show how this game should be played. They really showing how clean or how good they are at the teamwork, and now we see Ardent Esport already leading 11-0 with almost 4k gold cap.
It's funny how I said that Viego might go a different build, might go for a Divine Sun build. Yeah, he did go a different build into a collector's first item, which is so the irony there, man. And almost getting the 2 items here is making sure that the Triforce, making sure that the damage is still there, and just going to keep on bullying you from here now on. The Vayne is the last hope. We'll need to farm a lot, gets the turret in the bot lane. Camille just, you know, takes these turrets slow by slow, take your time, and it's going to recall here. Hey, that's the first time we see Nala misses. It didn't miss, but no one's there. So, yeah. you still hook the wall and looks like a trade in the mid lane. Brom is still alive here. Call of Fortune is going to be called. Exhaust is be used on to the Bane beautifully, and crucial both flash man. Bane into blast hit. Ignite's going to take kills the Bane, and the backline for Team Not is not available. Still fighting forward. Knocks 3 in the backline. Viego just finds another Bro. Gets him kill. Double kill. Viego's taken down. 2 alive for the side of Not 3 alive for the side of Ardent Esports. Will this fight continue? I don't think so. But that is a very scrappy fight.
Yep. What we see is really good move from the Camel targeting the the backside, but the problem is the real carry isn't the backline, but it's on the front line from the Viego that used by Zev, that using Collector, really destroying the Naa, and I think this is much bigger problem for Naa. But they have to really think how to make it. This Zev is shutting down. Just got killed in many times in some skirmish or that many team fights.
Yeah, I feel like the Malaysian side. Oh, Aris going to be taken out, but the Malaysian side has a draft where prolonged fights are good, but the Indonesia drafts are more of a pick of fights. You know, we get one off, and then if we get one off, it's going to be a free fights, a 4v5 fights. And why is Ardent Esports still in top lane? I'm confused. But yeah, I believe because they saw J4 here, but it will be a free dragon here for the side of is going to be taken, stun into the sky. Hashtag ultimatum is going to be used, taking life, trying to stay alive for one more second, but the collector just shows the jackpot 999 and is going to be taken down easily without a problem. Vayne here is going to Charm is going to miss this. That is very crucial. It didn't miss. The Braum blocked it very crucially. Almeida was very dangerous close off again from dying there.
Yep. But in here, even though the gap is quite far, 15-7, but the gold gap, I think, is getting closer because the Naa really know what they know, what they have to do to chasing away the gold cap in here. They are really farming from the top to the bottom, taking some objective, taking some turret in here. But Ardent Esport in here doesn't really take any objective at all. But they're only taking one turret at the mid lane, and the other first tier turret is still up for the Naa.
Yep, this is what the side of Ardent Esports should do the last game, you know, trade objective for kills, trade objective for goals, you know, so do not fight, just try to get something off, and the side of Naa just shows how to play from behind. And again, another top lane fight might happen here. On has to dash us away, but no continue fights there, and just going to make sure that the Scorpion doesn't push away the lane. And Viego here really deep in the back line, trying to find Charm is going to hit onto the J4. J4 rushes in forward. Charm's going to hit onto the J4. Cataclysm is going to be used. Spirit Rush will manage to save Blade for another day. Save the another day. But yeah, no kills happens here. No shenanigans. Full commit from neither team.
Yep. And on the other side, we see this Camel is trying to make the other esport confused because they are from the Naa is just fighting with 4 people. Meanwhile, the Camel is pushing the turret tier 2 away, and I think that just a small hit more, and that's second tier turret is gonna be down for Ardent Esport.
Yep, and I really want to see this guy goes full berserk when he has his items here, because this guy has been farming very safely for a long time now. Even his 0 catch up in gold with the RE, there's only 300k gold difference. The huge difference here is on the jungle side, which is almost 3k gold, and exactly gold is on the gold gap here. And yeah, again, knocking. Both teams are still trying to play as safely, as passively as possible, and I believe the goal lead from the side of Ardent early in the game has managed to be catch up by the side of Naa.
Yep, in here we see from the bottom, even from the bottom lane, with 1 for Vayne is already getting, even leading from the Ezreal, which already just get 9,200, but the Vayne get 9,400, and now depth charge is targeting into Vayne. Fissure just blocking away, but I don't think so. The Naa is gonna be surviving of the Vayne, and now the Ardent Esport is taking one by one of the Naa. Is And I think Cataclysm is open.
Cataclysm is going
And
to be open, is going to be taken down as well. And that is a trade for a trade, but Camille is doing job in the bot lane. Flag and Dragon. Sure that is. I'm not sure who's that under the but the Starax is going to take another one out, and the Starax keeping the Nautilus alive for another day, another dive in the bot lane, in the top lane here. J4 still making sure that the of Ares cannot return here, and Tak Strong though doing as much as possible, everything he can to chip this threat down, and he has to run away now. And the side of Team Noah just being a nuisance here, getting those trades in the top lane, giving the Camille so much time to push in the bot lane. This is a very, very dangerous gameplay that Ares is playing. This is a very, very dangerous gameplay Noah playing. Both teams are very, very on their end right now. One mistake could mean everything.
Yep, because the inhibitor trap for the Ardent Esport on the bottom lane is already open wide, and I don't think so Ardent Esport really know what to have to do, because they are really behind on the some on objective of the turret. But even though they are really ahead of skill, we see 9, 18, 19, 18 and 9, almost half the kill of the Ardent Esport, but the gold cap is less than 2k now.
Yep, and that will be a free dragon, I believe. I don't think the dragon is started yet. Oh, yep, it's a free dragon. That flag and dragon try to find Z here, try to find the Ezra in the backline corner. Force is going to be called, is going to hit, and it's going to hit the brown shield. Is going to be denied. The Vayne here backing up, trying to save as much time as possible, trying to get as much hits as possible in. But the Vladimir is going to be taken down. The other, the Vayne, the J4 has to deny this recall, has to make everything they can to give this Camille enough time. But 4 members from the side of no, oh man, it just catch a Camille. They use, make sure that he survives one. But that is going to be a surviving Camille, pushed Camille, a very, very huge problem for the side of Ares.
Yep. This Camel really giving Ardent Esport hard time, because almost every time, because the no they are really behind. This Camel is split pushing really hard. If they even they got only inhibitor turret left on the Baron lane and the bottom lane, and leaving the second turret tier. Yes, the second turret on the mid lane only, because we know of if pushing the mid lane is quite hard. So the side lane is the nice target for Camel, especially if they know how to play 5v4.
Ultimate has been used by that Viego caller. Force is going to call, trying to save that Vayne. Hits on Vayne, knocks again onto the Vayne, but the Vayne is still on his breath, still alive. Taken down to quarter of HP, but will have to recall, will have to live for another day. And the Baron still on the map. Both sides, the side of Ares, don't know how to stop this Camille. Nobody is being sent here. Ornn is just being sent here, and Vayne here being overextended, has to run away, but no ultimate from Viego. Flash is possible, but that Vayne is going to be targeted. But Camille still fights in the lane. This fight has been very extended for very long. Teams want this Baron.
Yep, and I don't think so for the to fight 4v4. I think because the last fight, the Ari is on the bottom lane trying to deny or blocking the push of the Camel, and I think this Ardent Esport is already quite strong to do 4v4, and I think Anna gotta think or rethink how they improvise this game.
Engage from the Nautilus, gonna hit onto the Bronze J4 here, trying to find an angle, trying to find a flag and dragon. Now Vayne is still alive on his quad. Trying to find it. Is he going to be exhausted? The Nautilus is going to be the last one standing. I'm sorry, the army kills Mubalas Koso in the top lane, and this will be pushing the lead that Ardent has for their own. And will this be an end game for? Will they be facing Rizky and fans in the final? Fallen Fortune is going to be used by the side of is here, is going to stun up the is going to stun up that on is going to be taken into last half. No minions here, but they will just dive. They will make sure they will deny your lead and take you to the finals. Dude, that emoji is so cute. You guys saw that emoji?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What was that, man?
Not really show us about how to play patiently, how to play throttling. Even they're losing really, really hard in the early game, but they managed to find some chance, some slightly just small opening what they need, what which is split pushing, and Camille really extended move and make the game really good. And even Fane can kill 4 people of the Ardent Esport really easily.
Yep. And it shows that the Camille needs someone. You need to send someone to Storm, and that someone is definitely not an on. Because, as you know, something, maybe perhaps someone that is very good at dueling is, but the drafts from the side of Ares is not built to stop split pusher. If you're sending someone, you're not Camille against the on and just takes your turn. No, nothing. The Camille just does this so well, and maybe perhaps even though Zeef is there, the Viego was so fed early on, but the Viego is not the guy you need to send to the Camille. So the side of Ares did not manage to find a solution to this split pushing Camille and just lost in a very, very sad way.
Yep. Oh my god. Nah, really know how to utilize their Camel in here. There, because this is Camel actually really good split pusher, and they really know how to utilize the Camel, even though they are losing quite hard in the early game just with 5v4. And but the Camel really know how to turn the game, how to make the problem for the RS and push to the win the game and make the become the grand finalist in the Nation Class Invitational.
Nation Clash Invitational, the last game will be tomorrow at 9 p.m. It will be a best of 5. Rizky and friends will be facing off with their rivals, Team Noah from Malaysia. So it looks like it is an Indonesia Malaysia. Looks like our prayers has been answered, but if you guys watch the prediction from the casters, only one caster manages to pick everything correct. So we're all like, my prediction is out. My prediction is way off. Okay, both are wrong predictions, and yeah, it's going to be a very hype final tomorrow. So Holyday, thank you so much for today. I'm thanking as well for this opportunity. I will see you tomorrow. So Holyday, take it away. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Do tell us, and yeah, close the stream.
Yeah, I want to say, just for the people what really love the game of the Wild Rift, just keep playing the game, because we are the community gonna be your place to be loved, and we gonna be try to make some tournament between I think between Philippines, Vietnam, or other place, maybe in Southeast Asia, but just play the game of the Wild Rift and just don't hear about the other people opinion.
Don't hear about other people's opinions. So Holyday is leaking something. Philippines might be joining, who Vietnam be joining next. I don't know when, but we have some ideas coming. So hopefully you guys are ready for the Wild Rift esports that the community is going to bring you. The community is going to rise up and bring you this tournament. If Riot's not doing anything, we're here for you. So take it away, guys. So see you guys tomorrow. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace out.